Last week, Detroit welcomed the Lions back home. Today, the Lions hope to christen Ford Field with its first win as they tackle the Buffalo Bills.
At Ford Field for the Lions' final preseason contest. Tonight, they'll take on the Buffalo Bills looking for a win as they get set for the regular season. And hello again, everybody. I'm Dan Miller, joined as always by former Lion All-Pro Chris Spielman. And Chris, with the final preseason game comes a final chance for a lot of guys to make an impression on this coaching staff. Cut-down day is looming, and some NFL dreams are going to be lost.
Well, absolutely. And guys are fighting for jobs. They're fighting for their livelihood and boyhood dreams to be part of the NFL. Now, when you look at the battles, take a look at the running back position tonight. James Monroe, probably the best pure running back on this football team as far as knowledge and skill, hitting it up in there, seeing vision. Avion Case on a third down back with return skills needs to have a big game tonight. Now the receivers, you have two young guys, Eddie Drummond, ability to go deep. We've seen that against Cleveland, also has return skills. Matt Murphy, big tight end from Maryland at 6'5", is an imposing threat and a big target for his quarterback. On defense, Antoine Lake, a defensive tackle, a tough position to break into in this vaulted Detroit line defensive line. Josh Thornhill, the middle linebacker from Michigan State. Phil Pott must be major contributors on special teams to make this football team.
All right, now the Lions, of course, have yet to win a preseason game, but even with that, in talking with Marty Morningwig, there have been a number of things, Chris, that he's been happy with.
Well, first of all, last week they pushed around the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers defense. You know, they crushed and they came out, got up 10-0, which is encouraging to see. Now, what you want to see is, can they carry that for 4 quarters? That's the question. Right now, it looks good. Believe it or not, they're 0-3, but they started games fast. They've moved the football. They come out with energy. Hopefully, they'll carry that for their first victory down in Miami.
A lot of people are wondering if things have changed from last year where the Lions were 2-14. To answer that, let's go to a guy who was a member of that 2001 Lions team, Robert Bailey, who's down on the field. Robert?
Well, with last year's record and this year's preseason record, one would certainly hope that this team is different than last year's team. I posed that question to Coach Morningwig, what's the difference between last year's team and this year's team? He said this team is faster, they're more talented, and they're a healthier team. Now, what does that equate to? Well, Coach Morningwig hopes a winning season. Back to you, Dan.
All right, Robert, thank you very much. Getting set for the action here. The kickoff is next. Come back with us.
Detroit Lions football is being brought to you by your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Check out the current offers at the Metro Detroit Ford dealers website, www.forddirect.com. By America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1. By Comerica Bank, we listen, we understand, we make it work. By Pepsi, the joy of Pepsi. By Ford Motor Company, Ford, no boundary. And by National City Bank and its 30,000 employees who care about doing what's right for you.
A shot of Ford Field from overhead in downtown Detroit. Game 2 for the Lions. They get set to take on the Buffalo Bills. Final preseason game. Of course, they will open the regular season 1 week from Sunday in Miami against the Dolphins. Lions have won the toss, and they are set to receive. Larry Foster back deep for Detroit. They will get their hands on the football first. We're expecting to see Mike McMahon probably for a couple of series, Chris.
Well, I think a couple series to make sure his timing's down and he's ready to go next week and he gets focused and has some success. Now, you're going to see him not by the amount of series, but by the amount of pass attempts he makes. Marty wants to put him in certain situations to see how he reacts.
All right, so Buffalo Bills will kick it off. Mike Hollis spent many years with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now here kicking in Buffalo. The players are ready, the fans are ready, we're ready. We hope you're ready at home. Let's play some football and let's all sit back and enjoy it. Hollis puts his foot into it. Larry Foster chases it over to the near sidelines. Foster takes it back to the 10, tries to spin away at the 15, but down he goes. Andre Roan, a former Lion, coming up and making a big play on special teams. And let's take a look at the starting lineup, sponsored by Pepsi. On offense for the Lions, Mike McMahon at quarterback, running backs Schlesinger and Lamont Warren, who will start for James Stewart tonight. Hakeem in their one wide receiver position. And there you see up front, Backus, Blaze, Semple, Raiola, and Ray Brown. Not starting tonight, Bill Schrader. Schrader out with a hip pointer. We were told if it's a regular season game, he'd be out there playing, but instead it's Scotty Anderson who gets the start at wide receiver tonight. On first down, McMahon to throw, and he finds Anderson near sideline across the 20, upended at the 22. Pickup of 8. It'll bring up second down and 2. Nate Clemens, second year out of Ohio State, making the tackle. Starting defense for the Bills, sponsored by Pepsi. Chidi Ahana up front. Ron Edwards, Pat Williams, Aaron Schobel, along with Newman, Fletcher, and Robinson at the linebackers. And in the secondary, a couple of Buckeyes back there, Chris. That has to do your heart proud. You got Nate Clemens and Antoine Winfield, both out there. Starting corners, 2 former #1 picks. Second down 2 for the Lions now. This time the give is to Lamont Warren. Tries the left side, stretches out, picks up 1. Looks like he'll be short of a first down and bring up third down. Aaron Schobel making the tackle.
Lamont Warren, a good running back, good backup running back, is a guy that can have running skills and passing skills. Needs to show tonight a little bit because both Monroe and Kason are pushing him for that backup position.
Warren will get a chance tonight, as we said, because James Stewart won't be playing. Stewart's still dealing with an injured knee, nothing structurally wrong. That's the good news. He's expected to play in Miami a week from Sunday. On third down now, it's Akeem in motion. The give was to Warren. Warren met right at the line of scrimmage. Pearson Prelo laying him low, and I don't think he got the first down.
I'll tell you what, Buffalo was in a man-to-man coverage, and anytime you have man-to-man, they bumped it when Akeem came across in motion. Prelo passed him to somebody else. Thus, he takes the back man-to-man. He sees the back attack. He attacks. He's unaccounted for by the offensive line and makes a solid hit at the line of scrimmage.
That's not a first down. Lions left to punt it away. John Jett comes in. Charlie Rogers back deep for Buffalo. Lions go 3 and out on their first possession. Jett gets it to turn over. Rogers going to take it about his own 28-yard line. Rogers back to the 40, has the whole 45 midfield, only Jett to beat. Rogers shakes him at the 25, and he's gone. All the way back for a touchdown, a 49-yard punt, but a 61-yard return.
That's not the way you want to start. I'm going to show you the replay here, and when you cover punch, you can't be worried about getting blocked. Right here, Corey Harris is worried about getting blocked. His head's on a swivel because he's looking to get blocked instead of running to try to make the hit, and it's over right here. Jett doesn't have a chance. The returner has too much room to work with, gives him one leg, takes it away, and goes inside, breaks it for 6. Charlie Rogers.
4th year out of Georgia Tech, 71 yards for the touchdown. Mike Hollis with the extra point. It is up and good, and just like that, the Buffalo Bills take a 7-0 lead here at Ford Field. Lions will get it back when we come back. Stay with us. Back at Ford Field, Dan Miller along with Chris Spielman. The Lions fall behind 7-0 early, and as we get set to watch Mike Hollis kick it off to Larry Foster, who's deep special teams, an early role in this game, Chris.
Hey, either in your philosophy it's a third of the game or not. You start the game with special teams, you get a return for about 12 yards, which is unacceptable. Then you punt return. They wouldn't have got him, Dan, if it was flag football. They didn't get a hand on him.
Doesn't make it easy, and the Lions fall down. Charlie Rogers, a 71-yard return. Let's see what Larry Foster can do here. Foster out to the 20, leaps to the 24, and down he goes. And that's where the Lions will take over.
They came out with a little more purpose and a little reckless abandon. I mean, let's not play this game, boys, tonight like you're trying to get out of here and make the 11 o'clock news. No offense, Dan, but let's get out here and play hard.
We're on a 10, Chris.
10 o'clock news on Fox.
10 o'clock news, yeah. Exactly right.
That's right, you guys started that deal.
I got to get to bed earlier. All right, Lions' second offensive possession, 3 and out on their first. McMahon brings him back to the line. Akeem to the far side. Scotty Anderson to the near. They give to Lamont Warren. Nothing doing in the middle of that line. Nothing doing at all. No gain. Aaron Schobel shutting things down quickly for Buffalo.
Yeah, Aaron Schobel did a nice job, but I'm going to tell you what, London Fletcher came over from Los Angeles Rams to fill the middle linebacker spot for the Buffalo Bills, and Tony Semple took him and put him on his back. That's encouraging because Marty was talking about Tony Semple last night. You'll see him right here, see, there, and there's a helmet under there, a red helmet facing that way. See, that's not good. If you're on defense and your helmet's facing the other way, that's not good. Good job, Tony Semple.
Second down 10, no gain on first. In motion, that's Owens. McMahon to pass, setting up the screen, throws it out to Corey Schlesinger, but it's read by Keith Newman, and they lose 4 on the play, and they're getting restless already at Ford Field.
Well, what Buffalo's doing is they're coming up and playing man-to-man, and one way to defend the screen is play man-to-man defense, because there's nobody out there. If an offensive lineman doesn't pick up the guy covering, it's no play. Mike would have been better just to throw that one in the dirt.
3rd down 14 now from Mike McMahon and the Lions. 11:43 to go in the game, right at the first quarter.
Bills defense either drop in a soft zone, tackle in front of sticks, or run a blitz and force them with hot read, tackle them in front of you on the blitz.
3 receivers for the Lions, Foster, Hakeem, and Anderson. 3rd and 14. McMahon gets it out to Lamont Warren at the 24, and he's not going anywhere. Keith Newman there to stop him, gain of 4, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Lions will have to punt it away again.
They came with the blitz, the corner blitz with Antoine Winfield. They had Newman covering the back man-to-man. Mike had to throw the ball hot. That's a good call by defense while you force a quick read, tackle him in front of you. Right here, you'll see Antoine Winfield coming right through there. There's Antoine forcing a read to Lamont Warren. Newman on the spot, makes a good solid tackle. Gets off the field on a 3 and out.
John Jett to punt it away again. This time it's Nate Clements who's back deep. Gonna let this one bounce at about the 40, and it'll go down and be down by Clint Krewalt at the 36. That's where the Bills will take over. We'll see their offense for the first time. They already lead 7-0. Back at Ford Field, Bills leading the Lions by a score of 7-0 as the defense takes the field. Want to remind you, Buddy's Pizza will once again team with Detroit Lions charities to help feed the needy during the 2002 season. For every turnover the Lions force during each preseason and regular season game, Buddy's will donate 10 pizzas to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Way to go, Buddies, and we do appreciate that. No doubt about it. Let's hope the Lions can pick up a couple of pizzas for tonight. 1st down and 10. First time we have seen the Bills offense in this game. Travis Henry in there behind Drew Bledsoe. We'll talk about Bledsoe tonight. Throws it out there. It is complete to Jay Reamersma, the former Wolverine. Across the 40 to the 45. Ball's loose, but they're going to say he was down. Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and short. Clint Krewalt and Terry Fair both in there on the tackle. Let's check out the starting defense tonight, presented by Pepsi. Up front, Porsche, Ellis, Rogers, and Hall. Linebackers tonight for the Lions, Green, Claiborne, and Krewalt in the secondary. Terry Fair getting his first start of the preseason. Back there with Todd Light, Walker, and Harris are the safeties. 2nd down 1 now for the Bills. Drew Bledsoe, 10th year out of Washington State. Acquired on day 2 of the draft for a 2003 first-round pick from New England. He's going to throw again on 2nd down. Throws it out there. It is complete. Larry Centers, who has made a living in the National Football League, catching the ball out of the backfield across midfield down to the 46 of Detroit. Gain of 9 and a 1st down. Let's check out the starting offense for the Bills tonight. Drew Bledsoe, Henry, and Centers are the running backs. Price, Johnson, and Reamersma. Reamersma the tight end. Up front, Jennings, Brown, Teague, Sullivan, and Williams.
Talking to some people with the Bills before the game, they love what Drew Bledsoe has brought to their football team. Leadership and the ability to throw the ball downfield.
Henry gets the call on 1st down. He's got nowhere to go. Down he goes. Loss of 1. Barrett Green and Brian Walker teaming up to make the stop for Detroit.
Barrett Green did an excellent job of keeping the blocker off of his legs, keeping his shoulders downfield, squaring up, and making a good tackle. That young man has improved. And talking to Marty Morningwig, I asked him about Barrett Green. He said, Chris, he plays with a sense of urgency, like there's a fire he needs to go put out. He doesn't. He's a good football player.
2nd down now, 12 to go. Lions showing blitz, and here they come. Bledsoe tries to get rid of it quickly, does, throws out incomplete, looking for Charles Johnson. It'll bring up 3rd down now.
There's Marty. He's excited. He's ready to get this season started. He says, Chris, we're going to surprise people. Even though we're 0-3, we're 2-14, we're a good football team. He believes that, and I'll tell you what, and I know a lot of coaches, and offensively speaking, and knowing offenses and being able to diagnose plays and call plays is one of the best I've seen.
They'll be doing it in Miami opening week. Right now, the Lions are worried about the Buffalo Bills and Drew Bledsoe. Josh Reed, rookie out of LSU, has checked in for the first time. 3 receivers for the Bills. The throw out there again, looking for Johnson, incomplete, knocked down by Jeff Gooch, who does a nice job in pass defense.
You had a great blitz called on there by Kurt Schottenheimer, where you brought your linebacker and safety coming right through the same hole right there. Barrett Green They miss block it, get good pressure. Both guys are wide open, forcing a bad pass. Almost an interception by Gooch. Bledsoe threw it too bad. If Bledsoe would have threw a good pass, Gooch would have had it going the other way.
Brian Moorman in to punt it away for Buffalo. Again, Larry Foster deep, standing at about his own 10-yard line. Moorman sends it high in the air. Foster will let it bounce. It does in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Lions will take over at the 20-yard line. So a 47-yard punt. The Lions will end up on the 20. When we come back, it'll be Detroit back on offense. Back here at Ford Field, Buffalo leading Detroit 7-zip. Take a look at this week's AOL Lions Online question. And here it is. Who do you think will be the most viable to the Lions defense in 2002? Log on to www.detroitlions.com to vote. We will give you the results later on in the telecast. First down and 10 for Detroit, trailing by 7. Lamont Warren in the slot to the near side. Avion Kason is behind McMahon. McMahon to throw again. Under pressure, rolls out of it, and he's got room to run. McMahon to the 25, out at the 26-yard line. Gain of 6. It'll be second down, chased out of bounds by London Fletcher.
This is what Mike McMahon is taught to do. He's taught to turn over his upfield shoulder and get ground just like that. And he has the speed to get outside. We've talked about that all preseason. These things are his weapons. You understand? That's a double threat. If he throws the ball a little more accurately, he can be a dangerous quarterback in this league.
And that'll bring up second down and 4 for the Lions now. Larry Foster and Oz Hakeem to the near side. It's Lamont Warren in motion, leaving Schlesinger behind McMahon. Fakes the give to Corey, rolling right now, looking, throwing, got Oz Hakeem at the 35, down at the 36, tackled by Antoine Winfield. Pickup of 10 on the play and a first down for Detroit.
Again, this is set up by running, and Detroit's going to run the ball even if they're not running because it sets up this play-action bootleg. Here's Mike getting his eyes downfield and throwing to Oz Hakeem on the run. Good catch by Oz, using his hands, catching the ball out in front of him, not using his chest, and he's beating a pretty good corner right there in Antoine Winfield. Former #1 pick out of Ohio State University.
Avion Kason in as the back now. McMahon so far 4 out of 4 for 18 yards. The Lions with their first down of the evening right there. McMahon drops, looking down the middle of the field for Ricks. Got him at the 30. Ricks to the 20. 15-10. Goodbye. Touchdown. Michael Ricks. 64 yards on the play, and the Lions are an extra point away from drawing even.
You know what happens, Dan? And this is why I call Marty Morningweg a great play caller, because they have regular personnel out on the field, and they split the field out. Mike McMahon has his choice. He sees Ricks beating safety Corey Wire right there, and he's gone. He smells the end zone. He knows how to get to the end zone. That's twice he's got in the end zone this year. It's a great read by Mike McMahon and a great call by Marty. Good job of spreading offense out, putting linebackers out in space, running 4 verts on them. 4 vertical for those of you in Dan Miller's land.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And there's the extra point. It's up and good. Michael Ricks getting the job done. The converted wide receiver shows he can still get down the field. It's 7-7 at Ford Field. Back at Ford Field, 7-7. After the Lions connection from Mike McMahon to Michael Ricks. We've had a couple of big plays in this game that have both resulted in touchdowns.
You take Mike McMahon's 5 for 5 for 82 yards, and not only is he doing it with his arm, but you saw the great scramble where he turned over his upfield shoulder to gain ground, be contained, pick up good positive yardage. Then he made a great read. He saw a mismatch between a linebacker and his tight end. The linebacker got past the tight end and the safety. He delivered the ball to Ricks on the run for 7.
Buffalo will get it back here. Charles Rogers at the 10-yard line. Across field to the 20, finally dragged down there at the 23. Larry Foster making the tackle, 14-yard return. You know, back to Mike McMahon. One of the things that might get lost, Chris, in all of the talk about Joey Harrington, and rightfully so, Harrington's the #3 pick,
right,
is the fact that this guy still has a chance to be a pretty good quarterback in this league.
See right there, I like his toughness. He's not going to give this job up. And if the Lions start out hot, he's going to keep the job as long as he's successful and the team's successful and the offense is moving the football. But the problem is, I don't think he's going to have as much leeway as a lot of starting quarterbacks do in the NFL. When things go a little awry, people are going to clamor for Joey, and rightfully they should probably put him in when they do that.
All right, first down and 10 for the Bills now. Give us to Sean Bryson, who's checked into the game at running back. Flag is down. Bryson loses the football.
Get a Buddy's
Clint
pizza.
Crewalt dives, and there he goes.
Get
Clint
10
Crewalt
Buddy's
with
pizzas.
the football. And Clint Crewalt is down at the 14-yard line. Now there is a flag down. Play was made by Todd Light, who came up to force the fumble. Crewalt picked it up. You mentioned it. If the turnover holds, it'll be Buddy sending 10 pizzas to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen.
Yeah, we got offsides, though.
Cancel that carryout order.
Well, that's all right, man. We'll get more.
Offside, defense, number 98, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
See right here. 92, Rogers gets a little excited. He's on the ball. You can't be offsides. Watch the ball. Number 1 rule for nose tackle. And Clint Crewalt, he's a young player and a good player and does a smart thing to secure the football. But you have to have enough confidence in your athletic ability and your hands to pick the ball up in the NFL and take it for 6. Trust yourself. Trust your training.
I thought you linebackers knew where the goal line was all the time.
Yeah, you do. That's why I'm telling them. Trust your training. Pick the ball up like a shortstop.
Two tight ends into the game for Buffalo. That's Jay Reamersman in motion behind Bledsoe. Give again to Bryson. Tries the middle of the field across the 30 to about the 33. Gain of 4. Barrett Green making the stop for Detroit.
For me, it would have been picked it up like Alan Trammell. Then I would have tossed it to Lou Whitaker, and he would have took it in for 6. I don't know who's playing for the Tigers short and second now.
Just take it and go.
All right.
Just take it and go.
Yeah.
Nobody may be playing for the Tigers depending upon what happens in the next 3.5 hours, but that's a different story for a different time. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 ball game. Second down, 7 for the Bills. Bledsoe to throw with time, throws it out there, completes it to Bryson. Tackle made by Chris Claiborne, but not before the Bills pick up 6 and a first down.
Good man-to-man coverage. Watch Clint Crewalt on Jay Reamers. Jay Reamers is going to run up here. Clint's not going to bite on it. He's going to stick man-to-man. That forced Bledsoe to come to his outlet receiver. Chris Claiborne getting a break on the ball. Good tackle. Way to guys come up and play, but I'd like to see him get his head across the bow. Close the gate in front of the ball, Chris. You'll make more tackles.
First down and 10 now. Bills at their own 39-yard line. Bledsoe with Bryson behind him, and Bledsoe to throw. Robert Porche's coming. Bledsoe's got to get out of there. Keeps it, dives across the 40 to the 43. Flag down in the backfield after a gain of 5. But normally that's where you'll see holding, and indeed it will be.
Robert Porche, we've talked about him all preseason, and just like he's at a fountain of youth. Just amazing athlete. He's lighter.
Holding, offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
He's going against Mike Williams, the #1 pick, who's a big, solid player. It's a man mountain right here. And Robert uses his knowledge. Clemens gets that outside shoulder and see that rip underneath like an uppercut, forces Bledsoe to step up, and he would not, if he would have got the sack, if he wouldn't have slipped. But right here, watch him. See that uppercut pushing that arm off? Beats Mike Williams around the corner. Mike Williams is going to be a great football player, but he's got his hands full tonight with Robert Porche, one of the most consistent Detroit Lions in the history of the Detroit Lions. A very good football player.
Bledsoe so far tonight, 3 out of 5 for 24 yards. Throws incomplete there. Again, looking for Johnson. Nice coverage out there by Terry Fair.
And Terry Fair has to be healthy for this team to be successful. He's probably their best corner. And nothing against Eric Davis or Todd Light, but he's a little younger and a little more bouncing those legs. Does a good job on the slant route, getting his hands, not giving up on the play, stripping Charles Johnson of the ball.
And certainly, I think a healthy Terry Fair would do a lot to help this football team. They've already got some youth in there at corner with Andre Goodman and also Chris Cash. But Fair brings some years of experience, and as you said, still a little bit of youth as well.
Got a big screen down here, Dan. Big screen down for Buffalo.
Second down 20 for the Bills, and it looked like they were trying to set it up to Bryson, but a flag goes down first. You called it.
It's almost too easy. Games of football is simple.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
Well, that big rookie knows Robert Porche's across from him, and he jumped right there.
That's a great point, Dan, and you hit it right on the head. Anytime you got a presence of the speed and power that Robert can bring on his pass rush, sometimes if you're that big, you want to get out of your stance a little bit quicker. No screen now. Detroit knows it's coming. They will not run a screen now.
All right, on 2nd down and 25, they need to get something, and Bledsoe will go from the shotgun. 3 receivers in the game for Buffalo right now as they're going in the wrong direction. As the snap, pocket holds. Now it's going to break down. Bledsoe spins out, throws, looking for Johnson. Has him across the 45 to the 46. Big gain there. Todd Light and Brian Walker making the tackle, but not before New England picks up 22 of the 25 yards they needed.
It's a great job by Kelvin. Well, first of all, we'll take a look at the receiver right here. Not giving up on a play. See his quarterback in trouble. See, they don't give up. He finds an open area. The route's off. Go to the open area. Let your quarterback find you. That's a good job by Charles Johnson running to the open area. And Drew Bledsoe has made a career. Look, he's a slug. He knows he's a slug, but he can move and he's strong, and he puts himself in position when he's under pressure to get rid of the football.
Bledsoe and Johnson, both members of that New England team that won the Super Bowl last year. 3rd down and 2 here. Bledsoe again to throw, looking for Johnson. Incomplete, but flags down everywhere. Todd Light in coverage. Might have been a bit too close.
Well, it could go either way now. They were hand fighting.
It looks like from the reaction down there that it might well be against New England. Luther Ellis doing a little dance.
That's a great job of coverage of Todd Light. We talked about this all preseason. When you're man-to-man coverage, don't look back at the quarterback. Keep your eyes on the man. Yeah, point to right. That's right. You got the right way.
Indeed, he wasn't sure there for just a minute, but in fact, hang on a second here.
Pass interference, offense
All right, there you
number
go.
89. Pass interference, defense number 24. These penalties offset, replay, 3rd down.
No, see, that's a bad call. Make up your mind. First of all, Todd Light has a right. If that guy's pushing him, Todd Light has a right to touch him. He's not bumping him. He's touching him. Tell him, Todd.
Chris, let me ask you.
Get the film.
You've been around a long time. How often have you seen both guys call for pass interference?
Never.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Right here. See, Todd gets his jam right here. That's a good job right there. There's cover. See, his hands are on Todd. Now, Todd's just got his elbow in there, but he's not really pushing him. Well, maybe kind of away with a little bit, but they got to give him a little leeway when both of them are hand fighting like that. There's got to be a little leeway. Let them play football.
3rd down 2 now. There you saw the 3rd down conversions. New England trying to get it done here. Again, it's Johnson and Light together out there. Pass goes incomplete. Light in coverage. This time no flags, and the Lions will get it back.
That's a great job, Todd. And why? Because he keeps his head back, doesn't look back at the quarterback, but breaks on the receiver and does a good job of getting his hands on his head. Take a look at the ISO. Hand placement right there inside, jamming the route, stepping up the route, and great job of turning when the receiver turns and knocking hands, trying to bump the receiver's hands out of the way instead of playing the ball. If you don't see the ball, you can't play the ball. Play the receiver's hands.
Brian Moorman back into punt, angles it towards the sidelines. Eddie Drummond was deep for the Lions, but he had no chance to field that one. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be marked at the 19-yard line. That's where Detroit will take over. 7-7 game here at Ford Field. Back with more after this. Back at Ford Field, Dan Miller along with Chris Spielman. 4:26 to go in the first quarter. Bills and Lions tied at 7. Joey Harrington is coming to the game at quarterback for Detroit. There you see his preseason numbers. 42 out of 77 for 579 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mike McMahon with a good, solid effort tonight, done for the evening. Harrington will take over here. Hakeem in motion. Corey Schlesinger, the lone back behind Harrington. Schlesinger gets the call. Not much there. No gain on 1st down.
Again, when you see that, Marty sometimes just runs to run the football because you got to honor something. What do they have to honor? Right there, they lined Hakeem up in the backfield, motioned him out. Look for them to come to him later on a pass route where Oz is isolated on somebody while he motions out of the backfield.
2nd down 10 now. Scotty Anderson to the near side. Hakeem to the far. 2 backs behind Harrington. He's going to throw on 2nd down. In trouble in the pocket, and down he goes. Tries to throw it away and does. Incomplete.
There is no foul for intentional grounding as the quarterback had rolled out of the pocket.
Pearson Prelo was coming on a blitz, had all sorts of pressure on Harrington, but the rookie was able to get away.
Joey does a good job here because, first of all, you got play action. So his back's turned. You see his back's turned. He can't read the blitz as quick, but he does a good job of having the knowledge to know, look, in the pros, I'm outside the pocket. I can go ahead and dump it to the sidelines. That's good awareness by number 3.
Third down and 10 now for Detroit. Akeem and Anderson to the near side. Larry Foster to the far. Again, Bill Schrader not playing tonight with a hip pointer. Harrington trying to keep this drive alive. Throws out there, looking for Akeem. Very dangerous pass. Nate Clements out there in coverage. Second-year man from Ohio State had a real chance to get that one.
And Nate's a chance taker. That means he's going to play tight coverage, and if the guy breaks on and out, he's going to get a great break on the ball. What do you do to counter a chance taker? You run the out and up. Marty will come back with Akeem or somebody running an out and up if Nate Clements is covering him because of his risk taking. And oftentimes he guesses right. That time he did. If he would have caught the ball, he would have had 6.
Well, you saw Nate Clements. He is back deep for the Bills. Take John Jett's punt at around his 35, trying to find some room. Nowhere to go, and down he goes. Loses one on the return. A 46-yard punt works out well for the Lions. Corey Harris with the tackle on special teams.
Corey did a good job of covering the punt at that time. That time he ran to make the tackle and didn't run to get blocked like he did on the punt return for a touchdown. Nate Clements is a dangerous athlete. He's a sub-4 340 guy. There's a good job of taking the angle away, let your pursuit come, and securing the tackle by wrapping him up and putting him down.
So the Lions defense comes back out on the field. Drew Bledsoe still the quarterback for New England. 4th preseason game, never sure how long you're going to see the starters out there. Flags all over the place. This play never got off.
False start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty. Remains. First down.
Penalty called on Big Reuben Brown, and that'll back the Patriots up, or excuse me, back the Bills up.
Reuben Brown, perennial Pro Bowl player for the Buffalo Bills, a solid guy, a physical guy inside there at guard. More of a dominant type run blocker, but has really come along in his pass blocking as he's gotten more experience. Just a great player. Probably the most consistent lineman the Bills had in a long time.
1st and 15 now for Buffalo. Price to the near side. Bledsoe wanted to throw. Down he goes, but he gets back up, being chased now by Luther Ellis, and just throws it away.
There is no foul for intentional grounding as the quarterback had rolled out of the pocket. Second down.
Well, Drew had a little trouble with his feet right here, and you'll see what happens. They trip on the play-action pass. Let's see who gets him. The center gets him, steps on his ankle. Again, Drew gets up, expecting to get hit, and we have nobody coming. Here's Luther hustling. Drew trips on the new turf. He got a little bit too much of that Nike recycled shoe in his shoe, and it tripped him there. He's got to pick up his feet.
The ground-up tires caught in his tires. So far tonight, Bledsoe 4 out of 9 for 47 yards. Facing a 2nd down and 15 here. 3 receivers for the Patriots.
It's on the quarterback. He's got to get out.
Bills. I can't get over the fact that Drew Bledsoe actually plays for the Bills. Sets up the screen, throws it out to Bryson. Flag is down. Bryson across the 30 to the 33. Todd Light makes the tackle. Gain of 5, but again, a flag down.
Yeah, I want to show you something what Todd Light does. And if you're a young kid at home, please don't do this. And this is nothing against Todd. He's been a long time. He's been a successful player in this league. You'll see Bryson get the screen. Now watch Todd. Ducks his head and does not wrap his arms. If you're going to tackle, keep your head up. Believe me, I know you're going to hurt your neck, Todd. You're going to have to wear one of these things. That's a neck roll. Corners don't wear neck rolls. Wrap your arms, please. If you're a young kid watching home, wrap your arms, 1 step and wrap, 2 steps and squeeze, bring your feet.
Downfield before the pass, offense, number 68. Penalty is declined, 3rd down.
Mike Williams called for the penalty. Lions do decline. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Buffalo.
I saw Barrett Green come over there and bring something with him. He's not going to run 35 yards and not hit something. That's what I like about Barrett Green.
Well, that's what the Lions like as well, is the fact that Green can get around the football field. He's got some speed, which is something this team did not have last year. 3rd down, 15.
Watch the matchup right here. That's Porsche against Williams.
Bledsoe from the shotgun. Blitz coming, gets rid of it, throws it out there, incomplete. Almost picked off by Barrett Green, who was out there in coverage, but the pressure was really coming on Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, great job. Again, Kurt Schottenheimer, showing his versatility and what he calls defensively. I told you to watch Robert Porsche. Robert Porsche is taking a pass drop because they're bringing a zone blitz with corner Eric Davis coming. Now, Eric does a great job of forcing Drew to throw the ball early, and Barrett Green, nice job breaking on the football, Barrett.
Brian Moorman in to punt it away again. Eddie Drummond back deep for the Lions. Mormon gets the foot into it. Good punt, drives him all the way back to the 12. Drummond takes it there. Cuts out at the 18, and down he goes immediately. A flag down as well. 54-yard punt, 7-yard return. Coy Wire with the tackle.
We have our Health Quest key adjustment. Let's take a look at today's key adjustment, brought to you by Health Quest. What you see is Mike McMahon, and again, his feet. We talked about it all preseason. He's a dangerous threat. He reminds me of a right-handed Steve
During
Young.
the return of the kick,
and now he's picking up the offense. They
back.
go 4 vertical against a defense they like, and this is what he brings to the table. A tight end with speed. You can get him matched up on a linebacker or a slower safety. He can beat a lot of them in the league. Right there's your key adjustment, Mike McMahon. He's the key to victory for this football team. He's going to be your starter early on, and he's going to fight like heck to hold on to that job because he is a competitor.
Mike McMahon will be behind center when they take the field in Miami a week from Sunday. You said it. I think the question a lot of folks have is how long he'll be able to keep that job. But as you said, if he's winning, he's not going anywhere.
Or his performance. I mean, if he's 5 for 5 or 10 for 10 a lot of games, I mean, he's going to play because he's getting better. And he showed promise last year. Joey will be the quarterback of the future. It's just a matter of when. And Mike will hold on to that job as long as he can because he's a fighter, man. He's a fighter.
Penalty on that punt return. Stephen Trejo called for an illegal block. Lions now backed up their own 9-yard line. Joey Harrington looking out there for Scotty Anderson. Has him. Anderson dodged the tackle out to the 35. Pickup of 27 on the play, and that shows you what kind of head that rookie's got as a quarterback.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you what we talked about, what they're going to do with Nate Clements jumping the out right there. He's telling him, Scotty, run deep. Nate just jumped the out like Chris told you he was going to do. So come back to it, run the out and up. Good job, Scotty. Watch here, Joey's going to say, hey, see, I told you the corner's going to jump the out. See, go ahead, go deep. And he did. It's like drawing it up in the dirt over there.
Pitch to Lamont Warren there. Warren gets the corner across midfield down to the 46-yard line. Driven out of bounds there by Pearson Prelo. 15 yards on the play, though, and the Lions offense is showing some life.
I said, get energy, play with energy. Again, I want to go back to that. See, there's guys in the booth that say, hey, Marty, you see Nate, and Nate jumped that route right in front of Marty Morning Week. I guarantee you, Marty said, next time we come and throw the ball, we're going to run the out and up. We called it here. You saw it. It was a great job of Joey of directing traffic, telling his receiver turned up. Lamont Warren showing speed and getting the outside. That's hard to do for an NFL running back to get outside on NFL defenses.
First down and 10 Lions from the Bills' 48-yard line. Pickup of 2 there. Pearson Prelo making the stop. Lamont Warren on the call there.
Greg Williams bringing a Tennessee Titan defense. Pearson Prelo is a lot like Blaine Bishop. He was tough safety for the Tennessee Titans. He was a leading tackler. He's going to be up there, and he's playing like an extra linebacker up there. It almost is like a 4-4 type defense as opposed to a 4-3.
Apparently Williams watched a lot of college football when he was in Tennessee. 5 former Volunteers on the roster right now for the Bills. Second down, Harrington back and looking, throwing, middle of the field. He was looking, but it got picked off by Nate Clements. And back comes Clements across the 35 to the 39-yard line. He was looking for Scotty Anderson, just flat overthrew him, and Clements was right there to pick it off.
Well, I don't know if he overthrew him or Scotty stopped his route. We're going to take a look and see if we can see it on the replay here. Here comes Joey now. He's got him open. He's wide open. He's sitting right in the middle on the crossing route. And it looked like the timing was screwed up. And Nate's sitting back in zone coverage and got a freebie right there. It's tough to see from that angle. Either he overthrew him or Scotty cut his route short. Now, see Nate, you know, this is not Ohio State, man. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful. Next time you want to join the Mr. Olympia, go out in your bikini shorts and do that.
Clements with the interception. And apparently supposes that didn't work for Mr. Spielman on first down. The throw to Peerless Price near midfield. Todd Light makes the tackle. Pickup of 11. It'll be a first down for Buffalo.
He's trying to get on the EAS Sports video games or Madden video games. You know, look, I got a cool dance, man. Put me on a video game. All right, let's go. Play ball.
A couple of Buckeyes feuding there.
I'm not feuding. I'm just telling them how it is. Joke.
25 seconds to go in the first quarter. First down 10 now from midfield for Buffalo. Bledsoe with a give to Bryson over the left side. Bryson weaving his way across the line of scrimmage. Flag down after a gain of 4.
We got Holden. Brian Williams is letting us know he's back. It's good to see him playing.
And indeed, it looks like this one will come back.
Man, you got a gift.
Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty remains first down.
Bills tonight, 4 penalties for 30 yards. There you see it. Reuben Brown guilty of the last infraction. I think either Drew Bledsoe is going to go back to New England or I'm just going to stay confused. Well, as the first quarter ends, let's swing it down to Robert Bailey, who has a quick injury update for us. Robert?
Of the first quarter.
Crewall came limping off the field. They took his shoe off. They think his foot could be broken. He won't be back in the game. Back to you.
Not good news for the Lions linebacker right there. We'll get you more on Clint Crewall as it becomes available. End of the first quarter here at Ford Field. It's 7-7. Our aerial coverage tonight is courtesy of Goodyear and its fleet of airships, which reminds you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. Beautiful shot of Ford Field in downtown Detroit there. If you're looking for a traffic update, you got one there. Looked like things were moving pretty well. First down and 20. Bills from their own 40-yard line now. Bledsoe from the shotgun. It looked like somebody jumped, and it looked like it might have been Peerless Price in the slot.
And believe it or not, anytime you have a new quarterback with voice inflection, it does take time to get used to. 4 games in preseason, you should have that time down.
Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Take a look at the first quarter numbers here. Passing yards, Lions with 108. Bills with 64. Rushing, Lions 27. And the Bills 9. Time of possession, Lions 8-12. Bills 6:48. 7-7 on the scoreboard. First down 25 now for Buffalo. Again, Bledsoe from the shotgun. Wants to throw. Blitz comes. They pick it up. Throws out there. It's complete. Out around the 38-yard line. Peerless Price makes the catch.
Anytime you have first down, second, third down and long, what you want to do is run some type of pressure. You'll see Gooch coming here, Robert coming inside. It's a strong side zone blitz. Corey Harris playing underneath, making a play, letting the guy catch the ball, tackle him in front of you. You force this guy right here to throw hot. That means the ball's got to come out quick, between 5 and 7 yards. You prevent big plays.
Nice play by Travis Henry, picking up the blitz with a block. Second down now, 21 to go after a gain of 4. Bledsoe throws it out there looking for Price. The wide receiver screen incomplete, read very well out there by Chris Cash.
See, Cash right there. That's my guy. He's my most valuable player this preseason on defense. He really is, because he's a football player. He reminds me of 26 Antoine Winfield. He beats the block inside, reads the screen. That's it. Roll him over a little bit because you're just trying to get up. And there's no dancing or incomplete signs. There's just, I did my job. I made a great play. Let me get back to the huddle. Play ball.
Third down, 21 now. Lions trying to do their job right here and come up with a stop. Larry Centers is checked in at running back for Buffalo. He's right beside Drew Bledsoe, who again goes from the shotgun. Pocket holds. Bledsoe looking deep for Price. Price makes the catch at the 11-yard line. Finally dragged down there by Chris Cash, but not before a big gain for Buffalo.
I put the curse on it.
52 yards on the pass and catch. Bledsoe to Price.
Yeah, it should never happen in zone, and this is speed. Peerless Price is known for speed. See this? Why you look back for the ball? You don't look back for the ball. Then you're in deep zone. That means you have deep third. That means you're behind him. Deep has the deepest. That does not mean in front of the deepest. That means deep is the deepest. And don't look back for the ball.
First down goal now from the 9. Gives to Henry. Trying to find a hole. Can't. Goes down right at the line of scrimmage.
Good job by Chris Claiborne. When he come up and make a play. Brian Williams. Good to see him in a play. And Barrett Green, all three linebackers making the play. That means the defensive line did their job well when three linebackers can make a stop for 1 yard.
Going to bring up second down goal now. Moving down towards the 13-minute mark here in the second quarter. Both these teams looking for their first win of the preseason.
Yeah, I got to stop getting mad. I got to be impartial. Yeah, right.
I think that fire served you well out on the field. Doesn't do you too poorly up here in the booth either. Pressure comes. Down goes Bledsoe. Nice work inside by James Hall. Robert Porcher was helping him out as well. But it was James Hall out of Michigan who came with the initial pressure. Loss of 11 off the sack.
A great player, James Hall, the most under-recognized. Hands inside and just power bull rush. That's a nice job, James. You see, if you saw his hands, that's where to come and finish it, Travis and Robert. But James Hall had his hands inside the offensive lineman's chest. He's controlling him now. Just keeps pushing, gets that upfield shoulder turn and finishes the play and separates.
Third down goal now from the 20. Bledsoe with three receivers.
Kalimba.
Larry Centers right next to him. Bledsoe throws to Remersma at the 15. He'll go out of bounds at the 11, and that'll bring up fourth down. Gain of 9. Eric Davis forces him out.
It's a good job of playing zone underneath, preventing the first down or the touchdown, forcing a field goal attempt. When you get into the red zone, that's what you want to do, is force a field goal attempt. Do not give up 6. They did a good job of responding after a big play.
And after the 52-yard pass play, the Bills did have it first and goal, but they'll have to settle for a 29-yard field goal attempt here by Mike Hollis. 7 years with Jacksonville, signed with Buffalo during the offseason as a free agent. Spot down, kick is up, and it is no good. Mike Hollis missed it. He had been 3 for 3 so far this preseason. He is 0 for 1 tonight. So it's still 7-7 here at Ford Field. Back with more after this. Back at Ford Field, downtown Detroit. Lions and Bills, 7-7. You see Comerica Park dark there. There's supposed to be a baseball game there tomorrow night, Chris.
Well, I'm hoping they get that done. And I have to believe when you have two sides talking in the night and they're not coming out bad-mouthing each other, you got to believe they're close to deal. I said from the beginning, there's no way they could strike. There's no way.
Chris, you're a former athlete, and I hope an athlete understands the anger that the fans are going to feel if they walk out.
I do, but I also know when you have labor agreements and the players in baseball have moved closer and closer, more movement than the owners have given.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll go into the night before we know exactly what's going to go on and whether or not there'll be baseball tomorrow. Right now, we're talking football, though. First down 10 for the Lions from their own 20. Harrington rolls out, throws to Scotty Anderson. Anderson has it at the 23, forced out of bounds there. Pickup of 3 yards. Jason Bostic on the stop for the Bills.
It's a good job after an interception to come back and give Joey a pass that he's comfortable with. And again, you're showing Joey's versatility by being able to throw on the move, creating a pocket outside the tackle box by running a half roll and delivering a quick drop out or out pass to Scotty Anderson.
Second down now. Anderson at the top of your screen. Down at the bottom is Oz Hakeem. Kason and Trejo are the running backs. It's Owens in motion. Kason gets the call, finds a little hole up the middle, flag down as he stretches to the 29. Pat Williams making the tackle for Buffalo.
Got Dominic Riola, I believe, for holding. Anytime the umpire throws that flag, 9 times out of 10 it's holding.
And indeed, it will be holding against the Lions.
Look like Dominic. Let's see if we can see it here. I'll show Kason, though, even though it was a holding, hit it up in there. There was no
Holding.
hesitation.
Offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Sorry, Dominic. That was Tony Semple.
Well, back in our open, we talked about the fact that Avion Kason is one of the players that has to show something tonight.
He does. And there he showed me something he hasn't showed a lot during preseason, where he hit it up in there with some vengeance and some purpose.
Second down 16 now for Joey Harrington and the Lions. Harrington straight drop. Blitz was coming, got rid of it, got it to Kason, who gets across the 20, maybe to the 21-yard line. Jimmy Robinson makes the stop. 7-yard gain for Detroit. And a nice job by Harrington to get rid of it.
That's a good job of recognizing the blitz. There's Jenkins coming on a corner blitz, knowing that Avion Kason's matched up with a linebacker. Actually, that's a pretty good job by Robinson getting out there covering the running back. But a good pickup. You didn't go for it all. You came to a manageable 3rd and 10 as opposed to being 3rd and 15 or 17. Good recognition by number 3 and 31 of getting in the flat on the hot route.
3rd down 9 now for Detroit. So far tonight, 0 out of 4 on 3rd down conversions. It's Michael Ricks in motion behind Harrington. This time he'll roll right. Pressure comes again, throws it out there. Looking for Anderson, had to stretch and try to keep his feet in bounds. And the official said he did just that. Gain of 10 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Yeah, Joey took a whack on his arm, though, because he stood in there and took the hit, waited for Scotty Anderson to turn around and deliver the football. It's a great job of field awareness, knowing where you're on a football. It's called a waggle. See, he's a designed rollout. Guys are going to pin. Bam, he knows he's going to get hit. You see, he couldn't follow through, and that's a great job, Scotty, of knowing where your feet are and stretching and securing the catch before you go down.
Scotty Anderson's really going to get an opportunity with Jermaine Crowell gone for the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, he's grown since last year. Scotty Anderson has really improved.
This time Harrington looking for it all against As-Hakim. Throws it out there, incomplete, overthrew him. Lions looking for a penalty. They're not going to get it.
And I know Oz is hampered a little bit, Dan, but the one thing Oz needs to bring to this is speed. And right when you have speed, you want to be able to pull away. And see, Oz right here, he's not pulling away. He's step for step. He's step for step. And when you have speed, you got to be able to pull away and get some separation. And hopefully he'll get healthy and we'll see the speed that As-Hakim brings to the table.
Jason Bostic was right there, as you said, step for step in coverage the whole way. Hakeem's numbers so far in the preseason, 5 catches for 69 yards. Remember, he sat out the preseason opener in Baltimore.
So and that TD, that should have a 1 underneath it. And Marty came out this week, it was in one of the papers, saying, look, our receivers have to do a better job of catching the ball. And he's right. The rule is if it touches a hangnail, you catch it.
Both he and Schrader have dropped touchdown passes in the preseason. Problem the Lions have had. Leaving points out on the field. Trying to set up the center screen. Throws it a bit too high for Trejo. Incomplete. Let's swing it down to the field now. Robert Bailey with another injury update. Robert, what's going on?
Well, Chris Claiborne came off the field. He was complaining about his shoulder. They're going to hold him out for the rest of the game because next week is the regular season, so they're just taking precaution and to hold him out so he won't be back.
Okay, Robert, thank you very much. Yeah, at this point in the preseason, Chris, the last thing coaches want to see are injuries.
Yeah, you don't want to see any of your starters getting hurt, and we don't have a lot of depth at linebacker as it is. And right now you got Claiborne in both pre-wall, could have a broken foot. We don't know. That's not confirmed, but that would be devastating to the Lions defense.
3rd down and 10. Harrington throwing it out, looking for Anderson. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Had the right idea again, reading zone blitz, and he tried to throw over Big Chidi, a Natu or a Hanatu. Defensive end was dropped in coverage and did a pretty good job for Buffalo, getting out there about 8 yards, forcing Joey to throw a high ball.
So back deep for Buffalo, Charlie Rogers, you see him right there, already has a 71-yard return for a touchdown. That came early in the 1st quarter. Jet gets a good foot into this one. High punt, flag down, takes it at the 24. Dives out to the 28, stretches to the 29. Tackled by Bracy Walker on special teams. But again, flag down on the play. We have had no shortage of laundry on the field tonight. And then you saw the preliminary signal from Tony Correnti.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 30. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
A lot of times in the 4th preseason game, you're going to see a lot of flags on special teams because they're desperate to make plays to make the football team.
Cut down day coming up this weekend. A lot of these players on the field trying to keep that dream alive. Back with more after this. Back in Detroit, 7-7 on that last drive. 6 plays for the Lions, 6 passes called by Marty Morningwig for Joey Harrington.
And that's, you know, Marty's not really game planning. He's putting Joey Harrington, wants to see how he reacts to certain situations, wants to see how he throws certain routes.
And you see Alex Van Pelt, who has come into the game at quarterback for the Bills. So we've probably seen the last of Drew Bledsoe. Richard Huntley with the call. Tackled by James Hall. Loss of 3 on the play.
Well, we talked about the formidable 4 up front at defensive line, and the most unheralded guy is James Hall, but doesn't mean he's as good. He's just as good playing the run and the pass. That does a nice job of getting his shoulders square, keeping the back in front of him, wrapping them up and getting a tackle for a loss.
And that's a key for Hall, because if there was a question about him, it was his ability to play the run. But if you ask these Lion coaches now, they don't question that anymore. They like the way he's developed. 2nd down, 13 now. Van Pelt to throw. Now he's going to have to keep it and run across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Tackled from behind by James Hall.
Buffalo offensive line got away with a big hold on Sean Rogers right there. Sean was getting ready to put the hammer down on Alex. Got grabbed from behind. Alex Van Pelt is a former teammate of mine. A guy who's a great teammate, a great backup quarterback. Was a calming influence for Jim Kelly, believe it or not.
7th year out of Pittsburgh for Van Pelt. He'll go from the shotgun here. James Hall goes out of the game. Kalimba Edwards has come in at right end. They're going to try to bring the heat here on 3rd down and 6. And here it comes. Van Pelt in trouble, throws it, knocked away, and it's incomplete. Brian Walker out there doing a nice job on defense for Detroit. Flag down, though. The pass was intended for Richard Huntley, who did a good job just to knock it away. It's going to be against the Bills. The Lions will decline, and Buffalo will have to punt it away.
Illegal formation, offense. The offensive right tackle, an ineligible receiver, was at the end of the line of scrimmage. This penalty is declined. 4th down.
So with that, we'll see Brian Moorman once again. Eddie Drummond will go back deep for Detroit. So after an explosive open to this game, things have slowed down on offense.
Well, you're getting a lot of your backups in there, and guys are fighting to make jobs. Here comes a receiver running off the field, not knowing if he's supposed to be on special teams or not.
He hopes he's still on special teams come Monday morning. Moorman with a line drive punt. Drummond's going to let it bounce. It goes out of bounds, lands out of bounds, as a matter of fact. They'll mark it off and say that it crossed right around the 42-yard line. That's where the Lions will take over. Good field position in a 7-7 game. .809 to go, 2nd quarter here at Ford Field. Lions, Bills tied up at 7. Lions have the football back. Good field position at their own 42-yard line. And look at some of the fans here in downtown Detroit tonight. High five for that guy. Got to imagine this place will be rocking come week 3 of the season. And the Green Bay Packers come in here for the first regular season game. 1st down, 10 now for Harrington. Bit of hesitation there on the center quarterback exchange. Flags everywhere. I'm pretty sure every official on the field threw up his flag right there. 1,
Offense,
2, 3,
62,
4,
5-yard penalty.
5.
Remains 1st down.
There's flags everywhere. I think a few fans threw them out there.
Again, the preseason, it's the 4th preseason game, which is often the sloppiest preseason game, because guys are trying to make teams that get a little over aggressive and do anything to make a play. And when you have some veterans, sometimes they're in there just to get out of here without an injury.
10 penalties between these two teams. We haven't even played a quarter and a half yet. Harrington with Owens in motion. Stops, throws out there, looking for Anderson. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's the pass Joey has to deliver now. He has Scotty Anderson for a good game. Again, you have a penalty. You want to get back to 5 that you lost. He's got to go ahead and deliver the football on target. It's a short pass. Throw it with some confidence. Loosen that arm up, kid. Let it rip.
Harrington, since coming on from McMahon, 4 out of 11 for 48 yards and an interception. Facing a 2nd down 15 here from his own 37. Gives on the delay to Kason with some room over the left side. Kason midfield. Cuts it back, taken down at the 45-yard line. A big gain there, good enough for a 1st down, 18 yards. Tavares Tillman finally making the stop, but hang on, this one's coming back. Nonetheless, a nice run out there by Avion Kason.
See, in the regular season, Avion would be upset. In the preseason, he's upset, but not as upset. Why? Because he's coming out and making a point to this guy right here. Say, hey, Avion, show me something. Show me a little burst and speed.
Yet to see James Mungro in this game.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
See, Joey will see that flag and say, man, come on, boys. Concentrate. Let's go. Get him in the huddle, Joey. Get your head up, kid. You're the quarterback. That head never goes down. Keep it up.
Second down 25 now facing Harrington and the Lions as they're going in the wrong direction on this drive. Anderson and Hakeem to the top of your screen. Avion Kason coming down to the bottom. It's Hakeem in motion. Buffalo showing blitz. Here they come. Pocket holds. Harrington throws it out there looking for Anderson. Incomplete. Buffalo was bringing the pressure, but Harrington got rid of it.
Not a bad pass, though. I tell you, Joey put it out there where only Scotty Anderson can get it. It's a good pass because he had the safety coming over top. He has to throw it to the outside shoulder. It's a good job by the offensive line picking up blitz. Thought he had one. Almost. That's a good pass, though. You don't want to overthrow it. You don't want to throw it to the inside because he knew the safety was coming across on cover 2 with a good angle.
Third down 25 now facing the Lions. 3 receivers. Foster to the far side. Hakeem and Anderson to the near.
Screen. Nope.
Harrington looking for it all. Out there. Throws. A lot of contact out there. Looking for Foster. It's incomplete. Chris Watson was in coverage.
Chris Watson does a nice job on a deep ball. Again, what I'm seeing the Lions receivers having trouble separate. They're letting these guys run with them. If you're going to go deep, you got to get some separation. Chris Watson does a good job. Turns his head when a receiver's hands go up, knowing the ball's close. Man-to-man coverage. That's a good job to look and lean. Look and lean.
Fourth down and 25 now for the Lions. They're going to have to punt it away. John Jett in the game. Andre Roan, the former Lion, back deep for Buffalo, but he's going to let this one bounce it around the 40, and it will go out at the 42. So again, good field position for Buffalo here. This game is tied 7-7 in downtown Detroit at Ford Field. Back with more right after this. Seconds to go here in the second quarter. New England has it back. A lot of excitement early on. 71-yard punt return for a touchdown. Touchdown pass from Mike McMahon to Michael Ricks. Since then, though, neither offense has been able to do much.
Well, Buffalo has field position here. Again, created by a poor punt on special teams. Something that's been a little shoddy tonight.
Alex Van Pelt up under center this time. Throws it out there. It's complete to Richard Huntley. Huntley out towards midfield. Stopped at about the 49. Gain of 8, though. Let's right now go down to the field. Jennifer Hammond standing by with a preview of what's coming up at halftime. Jennifer.
All right, thanks very much, Dan and Chris. And you know him as big number 92 on the field, 6'5", 357 pounds. Sean Rogers somewhat soft-spoken, but he does let his play do the talking. We're going to sit down and talk with him coming up at halftime. Plus, Coach Marty Morningwig and Robert and I will break down the halftime highlights and stats, guys.
All right, Jennifer, thank you very much. Richard Huntley gets the call there on the handoff. Kalimba Edwards makes the stop. But the Bills pick up 7 and a first down as they move into Lions territory.
All right, right now they're starting to get in a push up front, the Buffalo Bills, that is, on the defensive lineman. Right here, you'll see Reuben Brown knocking out Jeff Gooch. Nice cutback. Josh Thornhill getting a little bit late, getting blocked by the fullback. He's got to step up there a little bit quicker. Meet him at 2 yards. Don't meet him at 5 yards downfield.
First down and 10 now from the 44. Flags down. Looked like Kalimba Edwards jumped. Van Pelt with a free down looking for Johnson. It's going to be incomplete. And another flag came into the secondary.
Give you a lesson here in pro football, what you do if you jump. We're going to see it on the replay here in a second. The lesson's going to be, if you jump, don't quit on the play. If you're offsides, go ahead and if you're going to do a complete penalty, do a complete penalty, run in there and grab the quarterback so they can't get a free play off.
Van Pelt did the right thing with a free down, tried to go deep to Charles Johnson. As we said, that's where that second flag came in.
Holding, defense, number 29. This is penalty is declined. Offside, defense,
96.
number 98. This penalty is accepted. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Now, why would you accept Kalimba Edwards jumping offside versus the hold in the secondary?
I don't know, that's a mistake.
Against Chris Cash.
You see, Kalimba right here has got to finish the play and come with 100%. You can't come with 50%. And if you jump, go finish the play, go in and grab that guy.
I'm not sure I understand that exchange right there. At any rate, first down and 5 now for Buffalo. Van Pelt back to pass, under pressure, throws it out there. It's going to be picked off in the secondary, and they're going to say he's down right there. Nice play out there. Did he get it? No, incomplete. Looked like Chris Cash had the football.
The ball had hit the ground prior to the interception. Second down.
We'll take another look at it. This hit Cash right where you'd want it to, right in the hands.
Yeah, Alex kind of forces his turn without looking. Receiver slips. Chris Cash has got to bring that ball in. You got an opportunity to make plays, and that's if you want to stop being 2-14. When you have a shot to make a play, make a play.
So the Lions with a chance to get the football back, don't do it there. Coming out of blitz. Pitch back, no room at all for Huntley. Down he goes, loss of 3. Nice play by Kelvin Pritchett coming in to make the stop.
Yeah, the play was made, though, by Campbell, number 39, on a safety blitz. He was put in position by Kurt Schottenheimer, the defensive coordinator, running a great rundown blitz. And this guy's been playing for a long time. He's a good, solid football player, a guy that'll give you quality minutes off the bench to rest those guys on the front four. But Campbell timed the blitz perfect, knocked out the lead blocker. Kelvin Pritchett pursuing down the line. Good team football, good team defense.
Third down 9 now. 3 receivers in the game for Buffalo. Van Pelt from the shotgun. Play clock down to 4. 3. Van Pelt gets it off. Under pressure, going to have to run it. Not going to get the first down. Taken down by a host of Lions. Gain of 6, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Swing it down now to the field. Robert Bailey with an injury update. Robert, what's going on?
Avion Cason left the game with an injury, a shoulder injury. He's trying to make this ball club. They're taking him in to be evaluated. His return is questionable. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. Not where Avion Cason wants to be. Needs to be out there on the field making plays. Eddie Drummond back deep for the Lions. Brian Moorman in to punt it away for Buffalo. Trying to hang it up and pin the Lions back deep. It'll bounce at the 13. Doing exactly what the Bills wanted to, and the Detroit Lions are going to be backed up all the way down at their 4-yard line with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's not what it was poorly executed by the Bills. Why? Eddie Drummond's got to go up and fair catch that football. That's exactly what happens. He's got to go make a fair catch, secure the football at the 13, and don't take a chance. The rule is, look at that, he knows. He said, Chris, you're exactly right. You got to go up and make that catch, Eddie Drummond, if you want to make this football team. Secure the ball. That's college rules. You let it bounce into 15 or inside the 10.
All right, Lions pinned back at the 4-yard line. Time for our Ford flashback. Takes you back just 5 days ago for the first ever game played at Ford Field. August 24, 2002, a day fans will remember for a long time. But right now, we're thinking about this game. Lions and Bills. Joey Harrington with a handoff. James Mungro with his first call of the evening. Picks up 2, gets across the 5. Little more breathing room for Detroit, but not much.
There's the guy battling for the backup job, James Mungro, and I said that he has one of maybe the best pure instinctive running back skills. And they brought in is Ray Brown right here. Ray Brown has got to make a little bit more movement right there. Ray's got to get a little stronger. He's been around a while. He knows how to get it done, but you got to create movement on that line of scrimmage, preferably movement backwards by the Buffalo Bill defensive tackle.
Lions trying to avoid a mistake right here. Harrington facing a 2nd down and 8. Going to go for it all. Throwing out there for Scotty Anderson. He lays out. Can't quite hang on to the football, though. A nice effort by Scotty Anderson, who almost came up with a catch.
It's a great throw by Joey Harrington. Why? Because he threw off his back foot, yet his arm is strong enough to throw the ball on the line. And the one thing that I've kind of been critical about for the Detroit Lions this year, look at this, he's throwing off his back foot because he's got pressure because he sees Scotty Anderson right here. He puts the ball where only he can get it. Now you got to catch the football. We're not going to win games if we don't make plays when we need to make plays. That's not that hard of a catch for an NFL wide receiver. I don't care if you lay out. Catch the ball, please.
Scotty Anderson and the Lions now facing a 3rd down and 8. Lions so far tonight 1 of 6 on 3rd down. Harrington to throw from his own end zone. Looking, throws for Stephen Trejo. Makes the catch, but he's tripped up after a gain of 1. Deshaun Polk making the stop for Buffalo.
Well, I can understand DBs making tackles without wrapping their arms, not linebackers. That's good coverage by Polk. Trejo does a good job of securing the football. Polk didn't wrap his arms. That's a lesson for young players out there because I want them to learn to wrap their arms and bring their feet. Don't roadblock anybody. That went out with Jim Thorpe.
Not a lot of room for John Jett, who sends the punt on its way. Andre Roan's going to field it at about the 48, cross midfield. Nowhere to go. Roan back into Lions territory. That's where Buffalo will take over. Kalimba Edwards doing a nice job to get downfield and make the tackle.
Yeah, this second quarter has been played on our side of the 50. Our side being, of course, the Lions side of the 50. You have to win field position battle to win football games. The defense has been able to hold up so far, but you got to get better job of punting or moving the football. Why haven't we moved the football? Because when we had shots to make plays, we either get a penalty or a drop ball. We must eliminate those mistakes.
No shortage of penalties in this game so far. There has been a shortage of offense since that first quarter. More specifically, since the first 2 minutes of the first quarter. Alex Van Pelt and Buffalo trying to get something going here. He'll throw on 1st down. Looking for Johnson. Johnson had no idea it was coming. Out there in coverage. There's Cash.
That's number 2. That's number 2 Chris should have had. This is not Charles Johnson. A lot of people out there saying, well, what's on Alex Van Pelt? Why did he throw the ball? Because Alex Van Pelt saw 39 Campbell throw, so he throws hot. Charles Johnson didn't recognize the blitz. He didn't break his route off. He kept going deep, and he only almost gave a gift to Chris Cash. That's on the receiver, though. It's not on Alex Van Pelt.
Chris Cash, rookie out of USC, who has made an impression on this coaching staff, a positive impression so far during the preseason. And they are looking for some youth at the corner. 2nd down 10. Van Pelt looking for time, throws out there, got it complete. Big number 82, Josh Reed, the rookie out of LSU. 21 yards and a 1st down.
There's veteran written out over Alex Van Pelt. Why? Because he knows where the down marker is, and he knows exactly how far he needs to step up and wait for a receiver, and delivers the football on the in route. Now we got to make tackles, guys. Make tackles. Josh Reed's a great receiver after he catches the ball. Out of LSU, their 2nd round draft pick, can do a lot of damage catching the ball and running after the catch.
1st down 10 now. 2:10 to go in the 1st half. Sheldon Jackson in motion. Van Pelt with a pitch. Richard Huntley looking for room. Nowhere to go. Forced out of bounds at about the 27. Gains a couple to bring up 2nd down. And we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the 1st half. Lions and Bills tied at 7. Back with more right after this. Back in Detroit, it is Buffalo and the Lions tied at 7. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Buffalo with it in good field position. 2nd down 10 from the Lions 26. As we said earlier, both these teams looking for their first win of the preseason. 0-3 for each coming in.
No, Marty would like to get a win, build some momentum for next week, heading down to Miami.
Like to get a win and also see some guys define their position on this team, and they're getting a chance to do that tonight. We have seen many of the Lion reserves in there. Guys fighting for positions, fighting for spots on the squad. Van Pelt back, Lions blitz, picks it up, throws it out there. It's complete to Johnson inside the 20, down to the 19, pickup of 7 on the play.
I tell you, it takes courage to play wide receiver in this league, especially when you run a slant route and get hung up. You see here Josh Thornhill on a blitz, getting pressure, get knocked down a little bit, but people don't understand. You play wide receiver, you got to have courage to go across the middle. Right there, Charles Johnson knows he's going to get hit, but he goes up with both hands, secures the catch, and takes his punishment. Alex can help him out a little bit by putting that ball down low and inside to protect him.
3rd down 2 now. Lions looking for a stop. 1:20 to play in the 1st half. Van Pelt with the give. It's to Huntley, and he's got nowhere to go, and down he goes. Jeff Gooch streaking in there to make the tackle. A big play for the Lions.
Charge timeout.
Yeah, Andre Goodman did a nice. Sorry, Mr. All right, Mr. Official. Sorry. Andre Goodman did a nice job of forcing that play back inside. Jeff Gooch has been impressive. He's a great special teams player. He's a good backup linebacker. Can play a lot of positions. He flies around the football. You see Jeff Gooch right here. So he's gonna run here. See, I read my keys there. Right there's Abdul Howard coming up and making a play. Excuse me, Abdul Howard, a guy fighting for a job. Depending on how many safeties they keep, and has the awareness to call timeout there.
Well, we did have a call a couple of minutes ago from Jerry Seaman, the director of officials in the National Football League, who's apparently watching, and did explain the reason that they took the offsides versus the defensive holding earlier was because Buffalo wanted 1st and 5 as opposed to 1st and 10, even though it would have given them more yardage. So we appreciate that call.
Thank you, Jerry. It gives the offense a waist down, basically a waist down and go deep.
All right, so Mike Hollis lining up for the field goal, 38 yards, 0 for 1 tonight. That, however, is up and good. So Mike Hollis gives Buffalo a 10-7 lead with a 38-yard field goal. And the Lions took a timeout a moment ago, so you would figure that Marty Mornhinweg at this point wants to see Joey Harrington in the 2-minute offense.
And Joey's had some exposure to 2-minute offenses preseason. Just to go back there, let me elaborate and clear that up a little bit. You would have had better field position with a 1st and 10. But if you're an offensive coach and you're already on the other team's territory, you have 1st and 5. Now, 1st and 5, that just opens up the playbook for you. You can take a shot and throw deep, knowing that you only have 5 yards, and you win 2nd and 5 and it's incomplete.
All right, and with that, let's swing it down to the field. A guy who likes to take some shots down the field every now and then, Mike McMahon, standing by with Robert Bailey.
Dan, I'm here with Mike McMahon, former Rutgers quarterback, the only Rutgers player to be drafted. Mike, you started out good. You're having a good game. What is the difference between this year's team and last year's team?
A lot more speed, a lot more knowledge of the offense. Last year, the offense was new to everyone. This year, everyone's a little bit more comfortable. We got a couple guys with some speed. Bill and Oz just makes a big difference.
Thanks, Mike. Back to you, Dan.
Okay, Robert, thank you very much. Mike McMahon, solid night for him.
It is. He made a statement tonight, and I love it. I love a guy, man. He's coming out swinging and said, this job is mine until it's clearly taken.
No mistakes. No mistakes. No mistakes. And that's what Marty Mornhinweg wants to see out of his young quarterbacks. Wants to see him play solid football, make good decisions.
I want to see Bill and Oz on the field for more than a quarter together, though. He needs that. Hopefully they're getting that done in practice because they're not getting it done in preseason.
Mike Hollis with the kickoff. Eddie Drummond back deep for the Lions. Takes it at the 3. Drummond back to the 10, to the 15. Got an opening to the 30. Drummond out to the 40. Cuts back near midfield. And finally taken down by Andre Roan, the former Lion. But a big return of 52 yards for Eddie Drummond, the rookie out of Penn State.
So in the open, we talked about guys playing for their livelihood, playing for their NFL life, playing for their dream. And you see a guy running here with burst and power saying, hey, my career is on the line. He does a nice little move here. You see right there. Let's see. Andre Roan does a good job. Here comes a face mask right there. But Drummond, it doesn't matter. You can tackle me by my face mask, my chin strap, my mouth guard. I'm going to keep my feet going, and he did.
Well, in particular, 52 yards after you start, you don't care how they tackle you. Nice job by Eddie Drummond. And now with 55 seconds to go, the Lions have good field position. From the Bills' 45, gets it out to Mungro, bobbles it, hangs on to it, dives inside the 40 to the 38. Deshaun Polk makes the stop, but not before the Lions gain 7.
Get him lined up.
Clock is a factor. Lions with 2 timeouts remaining. Harrington quickly to the line. Flag is down in the backfield. Harrington throws it out there. It's incomplete. Anderson was out of bounds. Pretty much what you'd expect to see from where that flag was thrown. It's going to be a hold against the Lions.
I think they got the, again, mistakes. Look at Carl. Why are my guys holding? We got to stop the holding, Carl. It's killing us, Carl. Carl said, I got it, coach. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
I think at this point, Carl Mark would rather not have Marty Mornhinweg speaking to him.
And that's why Carl's down there at the 35, see?
A lot of penalties in this game. 7 penalties against the Lions.
Number 76, 10-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
7 penalties against the Lions for 54 yards.
We get those offensive linemen a lot of times, then the poor guys, they only get called out for holding right there. You got the hand in the face mask right there, Jeff. If you're going to punch him in the chin, that's okay, but get it out of there so they don't see it.
2nd down and 12 now for Harrington and the Lions, trailing 10-7, 30 seconds to play in the first half. Anderson to the top of your screen, Foster to the bottom. Throws it out to Mungro. Mungro trying to get out of bounds, does. But at the 44-yard line, a pickup of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Kevin Thomas did a nice job for Buffalo, forcing Mungro out. 24 seconds to go.
Good decision by the rookie to get out of bounds. Catch the ball, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Jeff, you can go ahead and get a face scrub in there, Backus, but get it out of there quick. Ask my old buddy Ken Dalfor, former guard for the Detroit Lions. He's a master of the face scrubs.
3rd down and 9. Lions trying to take care of business here. Harrington throws, got to complete to Mungro, fighting for the first down. He gets it down inside the 35 to the 32. Nice running by the rookie out of Syracuse, and quickly the Lions will take timeout with 12 seconds to go in the first half. Gain of 13.
Detroit, this is their 2nd charge team timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
They're going to dump the ball. Look, little man, run like big man. He's a little guy.
Please reset the game clock to 14 seconds.
He's tough.
14. Thank you.
I love James Mungro. He's tough. He's powerful. He's a little man that runs big man.
Key thing there, Chris, he did not have the first down, but he caught the football. He had to get that on his own.
That's why I believe he'll make this football team. He's just shown me a lot this preseason. He's just a gutty guy, a guy you'd love to have on your team, and plays with passion and fights, man. He's a fighter.
Well, you just heard referee Tony Corrente tell them to reset the clock to 14 seconds. So the Lions pick up a couple of seconds there. 1 timeout left for Detroit.
We got to get on that clock operator, man. We got to tell him where he's at. He's at Ford Field here.
Apparently not in East Lansing.
Yes, let's go, pal. You're at Ford Field.
1st down and 10 on the 31.
We need to hire that guy here. All right, let's go, boys.
I think if they're smart in Spartan land, they're not letting him go anywhere. Harrington, 2 backs behind him. Anderson to the near side. Again to throw. 10 seconds left in the half. Gets it out to Trejo. He's trying to get out of bounds and does at the 29. So a nice effort by Trejo. Only a 3-yard gain with 7 seconds to go. The Lions have to think about the clock here. Maybe time for 2 more plays.
There's Jason Hanson thinking, okay, I got 1 more practice. Well, look at that face mask, Jason. I got on him about that face mask. Jason will nail this. He's a pro.
Jason Hanson had a 57-yard field goal on Saturday against Pittsburgh. Joey Harrington on that last drive, 4 out of 4 for 27 yards. This is going to be a 47-yard attempt.
Charge timeout. Buffalo, this is their first charge team timeout.
Trying to
This is a 30-second timeout.
Look at his face mask, Jason. Jason, where'd you get that face mask, man? He said, well, I made it, Chris. I said, what do you mean you made it? I've never seen anything like that. You look like Roy Girella from the Pittsburgh Steelers with that thing.
It's like he made it, then had a couple of extra bars and figured he'd just stick them on there.
I said, if you're going to make a tackle with that thing, you need to put something right there, Jace, to cover your face. Good guy, great competitor, great kicker, a pro. Works his rear end off. It's probably one of the only kickers I really like. In fact, and Eddie Murray, I like Eddie. But
Eddie's a good man. 47-yard field goal attempt right here for one of the very few kickers that Chris Spielman likes.
Yeah, Eddie and him. That's it. No more.
John Jett to hold. 7 seconds to go in the first half. Hanson puts his foot into it. It's on the way, and it is good. So Jason Hanson knocks it through from 47. And we are tied at 10 with 2 seconds to play in the first half. We're going to keep it right here.
All right, here's this conversation. Squib it, pop it up, do what? Marty's saying, get it to one of those fat guys that can't run. Don't kick it deep to have him have a chance to return. Get it to a guy with a big number in his big blue pants. He's got to have big blue pants on.
You ever have a kick return in the NFL?
No.
When you were a younger man playing out there on teams?
No, I didn't.
Want to remind you, individual tickets for the 2002 Lions regular season go on sale Saturday, September 7th at 10 a.m. There's a 4-ticket limit per person. Tickets can be purchased at the Ford Field ticket office on Brush Street. All Ticketmaster outlets over the phone at 248-645-6666 or at DetroitLions.com/tickets.
See, I'm just looking at potential candidates where Jason can kick it to. I see a big blue pants and the numbers that are stretched real far apart. Number 92 standing on the 35-yard line. I'd pop kick it to him to see if he can catch the ball.
Tyrone Robertson, 6'4", 295, defensive tackle out of Hines Community College.
Yep, that
is your choice.
That sounds like a prime candidate to kick it to.
Let's see if Jason can get it to the pride of Hines Community College.
Or he's going to squib one down here.
2 seconds to go in the first half. This should do it. Instead, goes to Ryan Denny, 6'7", 276, rookie out of BYU. So they went for the inexperience there. How about that, Chris?
Of the first half.
He was a bigger target.
They didn't want to kick it to the guy who had 2 years in the league. They were afraid he might be able to ramble downfield, get ahead of steam, and go. All right, let's swing it down to the field. 10-10. Jennifer Hammond standing by with the head coach.
All right, thanks very much, Dan. And head coach Marty Morningwig, you have seen your starting offense. You have seen your starting lineup for the final time in the preseason. How comfortable are you going into the regular season?
Oh, our guys are confident now. They're excited because we know exactly where we're at. And I think we're going to surprise some people. You know, this is the second preseason game where our starting defense hasn't allowed a touchdown. That's a good sign. And then our offense, geez, what was it, the third or fourth series, and we hammer them big. These guys here, the Buffalo Bills, they're just doing everything they can to stop the run. They're blitzing an awful lot for a first preseason game. So in contrast, we have to make those big plays. We've had too many near misses.
Obviously, the goal is to stay healthy in this final preseason game. Going into these final 2 quarters, what other objectives are there?
Well, to win the game first. We would like to win the game, have a little bit of momentum, a little bit of juice going into the regular season. Now, in the second half, you'll see a lot of young players fighting for jobs. So this second half is so critical to those young players. It's critical to our football team. It's critical to the future of their career.
All right, good luck in the second half. Head coach Marty Morningwig. We're going to be back with a halftime feature on Shawn Rogers, plus highlights and all of the breakdown of the stats coming back to Ford Field. 10-10, Lions and Bills. All right, and welcome back to Ford Field. The Lions and Buffalo Bills currently tied at 10-10 at halftime. And when you talk about some of the Lions players, obviously the most vocal of the defensive leaders are Luther Ellis and Robert Porcher. But Shawn Rogers is one of the quieter ones that the public doesn't see and hear much from, except when he lets his play do the talking. He's listed at 6'4" in the Lions media guide, but Shawn Rogers is quick to point out he's really 6'5". But that and his 357 pounds don't make it any easier to understand how he got the unlikeliest of nicknames.
That's my nickname, Big Baby.
Where did that come from?
My girlfriend Paris called me that, and my mama calls me her Big Baby, and it just stuck. You know, guys heard it, you know, started making fun of it, then it just got to be, hey, Big Baby, what's up? Nicknames
aside, Rogers performed like a grizzled veteran in his first season with the Lions, collecting 97 tackles, the most for any defensive lineman last year in the NFL.
For me, I was very happy. That was quite an accomplishment, especially, you know, just going back thinking how that people didn't think I was going to be able to play and didn't think I might have been that good of a player. I felt that, you know, I really stepped up to the challenge.
By all accounts, Rogers was the rookie the Lions knew he could be. And despite off-season ankle surgery, he's champing at the bit to keep proving the doubters wrong.
They say it's the sophomore jinx. You kind of go downhill your second year, and I just, you know, I don't want to fall in that category. I want to show people that what I did last year wasn't a fluke. It wasn't something that I didn't expect.
He's a big, strong, powerful, fast man, and he's got a great feel of the game.
But just because he makes his living putting opponents on their backs doesn't mean Big Baby isn't a softie.
I like the old cartoons, Scooby-Doo, things like that. I'm just fun-loving. There's nothing too serious about me.
And head coach Marty Morningwig, not the only man with words of praise for the man they call Big Baby. Luther Ellis, Robert Porcher, KP, James Hall, all the other guys on the D-line love him as well. We're going to come back with all the highlights and stats from Ford Field at halftime. Welcome back to Ford Field at halftime. The Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions tied 10-10 in this, the fourth and final preseason game for the Detroit Lions. I'm Jennifer Hammond alongside Robert Bailey, and there certainly were plenty of highlights in the first quarter and the second quarter. Let's get right to the action, and it started early with the highlights for the Buffalo Bills. Robert, what went so terribly wrong on the special teams here covering this punt?
Well, on kickoffs, they're supposed to stay in their lanes. Everybody has the lane. A couple of guys got blocked out of their lanes, causing this big play to happen.
All right, Charlie Rogers goes 71 yards for the 7-0 Buffalo score, but then Detroit got it working. Here, Mike McMahon goes 64 yards to Michael Ricks to tie it up.
Michael Ricks has been a great addition to this team. He's been doing nothing but great things since he's been here.
All right, and Mike McMahon finished 5 for 7, 81 yards and a touchdown, and the defense stepped up as well. You heard Marty Morningwig say it. He loved what his defense did in the first half.
This defense is designed not to give up big plays. You might see a lot of balls be caught, but guys aren't going to make a lot of yardage after the catch. As you see, guys are making tackles there.
All right, and as well, finally, in the closing seconds of the second quarter, Jason Hansen with the 47-yarder. That's got to help his confidence.
Well, Jason's a Pro Bowler, and he'll always be a Pro Bowler, and that's the way it is for Jason.
All right, and he's also Chris Spielman's favorite kicker in the NFL. We're going to come back with more from halftime at Ford Field. Bills and Lions tied at 10. Welcome back to Ford Field. Bills and Lions tied at 10 as we get ready for the third quarter. And of course, there was a lot in the first and second quarters that did happen. Robert, let's take a look at some of the stats from halftime to give you kind of an idea of how this ball game shaped up, the final one of the preseason. Obviously, it looks pretty even throughout.
Yeah, everything is even. The penalties is kind of bothering me. Last week we did a great job on penalties. This week they kind of started back with the penalties. Coach Morningweg was very upset about it.
All right, and neither team rushing the ball particularly effectively. How important is it for the Lions to have a healthy James Stewart heading into the season?
Well, as you've seen tonight, the running game was pretty slow, but James Stewart is a key factor. They're giving him the day off. Hopefully by next week he'll be back 100% healthy and doing good things.
All right, and as well, the Lions have to have Chris Claiborne and Clint Krewald healthy as well. Those guys going out in the first half with injuries. We're going to have the third quarter with Dan Miller and Chris Spielman coming back to Ford Field where the score is tied at 10 at halftime.
Detroit Lions football is being brought to you by Buddy's Pizza, Detroit's #1 deep-dished pizza for over 65 years. By ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale. By Big Boy Restaurants, home of the original Big Boy double-decker hamburger. And by HealthQuest, the leaders in chiropractic care and official chiropractors of the Detroit Lions.
Our score after one half of football, getting set to go here in the third quarter. Bills and Lions, each team looking for their first preseason victory. There's Mike McMahon, 5 out of 5 for 81 yards and a 64-yard touchdown pass to Michael Ricks in the first half.
How about that? 158.3 quarterback rating. If you do that right there, that number, you do that every week, we're going to have a pretty good football team.
You go 158.3, you go straight to Canton.
Yes, that's just a, you know what, a gutty performance. Why? Because there's been heat. There's been heat by media types like myself, and I'm sure around town. Hey, Joey's our guy. Let's get him in there. I've been saying that myself, but Mike McMahon answered that challenge tonight saying, look, I'm the starter right now. You're not getting me out of here that easy. I'm a fighter. I'm a competitor. I want to win. I want to play. It's my job.
Pretty amazing, too, Chris, when you think back to what he did on Thanksgiving Day last year. That amazing comeback that almost brought him all the way back against Green Bay. At that point, it would have been hard to believe that anybody would have become the darling of Detroit other than Mike McMahon. Well, when you draft a guy number 3, as they did with Joey Harrington, things can change very quickly, but Mike McMahon has done a nice job during the preseason, and he will get the start in Miami.
Kind of has that moxie like another McMahon that reminds me of.
He's a tough kid.
Yep.
He's a tough kid. There's no doubt about it. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go in the second half. Jason Hansen to kick it off for Detroit. Charlie Rogers and Tony Driver back deep for Buffalo. It's going to be Rogers Takes it 3 yards deep in his end zone. Back to the 10. Rodgers to the 15. Hesitates at the 18, and down he goes. And that's where Buffalo will take over in a 10-10 game as we're underway here in the third quarter.
It's a good play by Dante Curry. Recent pickup off waivers from the Washington Redskins. Backup linebacker, excellent special teams player.
Alex Van Pelt, as you see right there, still the quarterback, took over for Drew Bledsoe in the first half. Expect to see a lot of second and third teamers, or guys that hope that they can ultimately be second or third teamers in the National Football League. Sammy Morris gets the call right there, and Morris has room across the 30. First down as he scoots out to the 33. 16-yard gain on first down for the Bills.
Yeah, Sammy Morris does a good job with finding an open hole in the cutback. You'll see down here, we're getting pushed a little bit too much. Sammy Morris, there's got to be a player right in here filling the hole. And here he comes, Abdul Howard, who's coming a little bit late. But somebody had a missed assignment. I don't know if that was Abdul or not. I'm not going to blame Abdul. But he's got to get there and make a play. Somebody's got to make a play at 4 yards, not 10 yards.
Morris gets the call again, third year out of Texas Tech. Not much that time. Tripped up, goes down at the 34. Nice play by Jonathan Taylor to get in there on defense. Pickup of 1. It'll make it second down and 9.
You ain't kidding. A nice play by Jonathan Taylor. He took Jonas Jennings back. The offensive tackle had his hands inside the shoulder pads. He's in control. Disengaged, the blocker comes off and makes a good play. Very good play by Jones.
Jonathan Taylor, rookie out of Montana State, trying to make this football team, and it's very crowded up front on that defensive line. A lot of talent up there. One of the strong points for Detroit. Second down 9 now for Van Pelt and the Bills. Flag down, throws out there. It's complete to Brady McDonald. He's taken down. After a gain of maybe 1, Chris Cash doing a nice job. We'll wait one more time to get the call from the referee. There you see it's coming back. That's going to be against the Bills.
Yeah, you have a neutral zone violation by the offense. Rarely, you never saw offsides called on offense. Again.
Offside, offense, number 48, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
So Brady McDonald with the infraction and the catch on the play. He gets to keep the infraction, but he loses the catch.
It's a good job of Chris Cash breaking on the football, playing a cover 2. That means he has flag coverage. He reads the play, comes off and makes a play and makes contact as soon as the receiver catches the ball. Again, recognition. Now we have Andre Goodman in the game, corner from South Carolina. Draft pick. Be a good player.
Second down 14 for the Bills.
No Matt Millen.
Van Pelt from the shotgun. You're right. This team is very high on him. Van Pelt throws it out there. Incomplete. Josh Thornhill with some big steps, and I do believe that they were heard out there. Josh Reed was lined up to make the catch, but Josh Thornhill was coming quickly.
Good job by Josh Thornhill getting in his zone and recognizing the route coming. Now what I'd like to see him do just a little bit better is get a little quicker break on the football. But overall, a good play for a rookie linebacker with recognition of knowing where to drop, getting in the right place.
Josh Thornhill's one of the players that does need a big performance tonight. He's in there right now trying to do just that on third down and 14. See the play clock down to 2. The Bills get it off. Lions coming to blitz. Buffalo picks it up. Thrown out there. Caught, but not enough for the first down. Andre Roan making the catch. Pickup of 11, but it'll still be fourth down.
Anytime you again, I'm going to preach it all day. Anytime you had a big third and long situation, you want to force the receiver, a blitz to force a hot throw. Tackle them when they catch the ball, get off the field, force the punt, get the ball back.
Eddie Drummond back deep to return this punt for Detroit at a 52-yard kickoff return in the first half. Brian Moorman in to punt it away for Buffalo. Line drive. Drummond takes it at his 22. Drummond makes the first man miss. Flag down. Drummond to the 40. Cuts it back at the 45 across midfield. But I do believe this one's coming back. Another fine return for Drummond, but a flag down.
They have to clean this up on special teams. And they'll get it corrected, but I'm just saying, sloppy play.
38-yard punt, 30-yard return. But Tony Corrente is going to have the final say in this one.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back above the waist, receiving team number 27. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So the Lions go from having great field position to being backed up now early in the third quarter. Jimmy Wyrick, the guilty party there. We're going to take a break and come right back. When we do, the Lions will be back on offense in a 10-10 game. Back at Ford Field, Lions and Bills tied at 10, 12:21 to go in the third quarter. Lions with the football. First down and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Joey Harrington still in at quarterback. See his numbers there so far tonight. 9 out of 19 for 76 yards and an interception. James Mungro, the deep back behind Harrington. That's Ricks in motion. Harrington to throw on first down. In trouble, throws it out there looking for Trejo. It's going to be incomplete. It's a pass Trejo could have caught. Harrington had to get rid of it pretty quickly.
Yeah, the one thing Joey does show, even though he's under pressure, he's a rookie quarterback, he does have some composure, and he doesn't panic when the pocket starts to collapse around him. He'll be patient and wait for somebody to come open, usually his third option like Trejo was there, to deliver the ball. It helps now if Trejo catches the ball. We're not catching the ball. We haven't caught the ball consistently all year, and that pattern's continuing tonight.
John Owens comes in at tight end. Kevin McKenzie comes in at wide receiver. 3 wides right now for the Lions. Mungro, the lone setback, gets the call on the delay. Flag comes in from the far side of the field. Gain of 2. Deshaun Polk again making the stop for Buffalo. We've called his name quite a few times tonight. It looks like somebody for the Lions may have jumped. Lots of penalties in this game. 9 for 69 yards so far tonight.
Offense, only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. The penalty has been declined. Third down.
That'll bring up third down now and 10 for the Lions.
And aware, get lined up right. It's, you can't start if you're not lined up. If you don't know where to line up, it's tough to play football.
We bring Trejo and Ricks back into the game. Foster and Anderson to the near side. Mungro now to the right side. Harrington trying to convert right here. Buffalo brings the blitz. Harrington in trouble, and down he goes. Tackled from behind by Dominique Stevenson. Buffalo brought the blitz. Harrington looked like he had an opening for a moment, but great pursuit by Stevenson and a loss of 1.
Again, here's Joey not showing panic, keeping his composure. Nobody open, turn and run. Now the difference is, and I would be wrong if I didn't point this out, that Mike McMahon, with his running ability and speed, might have got through that hole and not got tripped up like Joey did. If we're looking for comparisons, which we are in quarterbacks, let's be honest, that's the way I see it.
Well, the end product is a 4th and 9. John Jett with a punt. Andre Roan fields it at his 42. Dances across the 45. Finally taken down by Bracey Walker. 40-yard punt, 6-yard return. Buffalo will take over there. 10-10 game here at Ford Field. .10 in downtown Detroit. Our thanks to the folks at Goodyear for tonight's overhead shots. Coming up on September 5th, Goodyear will bring 4 blimps together in Akron, Ohio for the first time in almost 40 years to celebrate the christening of their newest airship, the Spirit of America. And with good weather, all 4 blimps will visit the Detroit area on September 8th. New quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Travis Brown, 3rd year out of Northern Arizona, takes over. We've so far tonight seen Drew Bledsoe and Alex Van Pelt. Now it's Travis Brown. Sammy Morris is the deep back behind him, and on first down, Brown's going to throw. Gets it out there to Philip Crosby. Crosby gets across midfield, down inside the 45 to about the 41. Pickup of 13. Andre Goodman with a tackle for Detroit.
Anytime you bring a new quarterback into the game, especially a young player, and you want to throw the ball, you want to give him a short pass to complete. Right here, the big fullback gets out in space. Does a good job. Now, Andre Goodman, again, I'm going to tell you, if your corner roadblocks went out with Jim Thorpe, come and bring your feet, close the gate in front of the ball, wrap your arms.
Philip Crosby, 6 foot, 242 pounds. Bringing a load there. Brown on first down throws for Andre Roan, incomplete. Goodman out there in coverage.
That's designed to throw behind him. That's called the fade stop. Now, when you throw the fade stop, you got to throw it on the back shoulder, and you want to put a little softness to it, have a little feel. Don't throw a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. You want to throw the changeup. He threw the fastball. You'll see him right here.
Saw that for a lot of years. Herman Moore could run that play extremely well.
Oh, he was the best.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Extremely well.
Being 6'5" and a 7'2" high jumper helped him too.
Second down 10 now. Bills on the 41-yard line of Detroit. Brown on the delay. Give up the middle to Sammy Morris. Morris dives ahead for 3, and that'll be about it. Josh Thornhill doing a good job wrapping him up and taking him down.
Yeah, that was a good job by Josh Thornhill because he comes off of his blitz, recognizing run, defeats the fullback in a one-on-one block, and comes off making the play. The one thing that I always try to do, wasn't always successful, or any linebacker, is you never give 1 for 1. You beat the block, make the play. Do both. You're good enough to do that. That was a great play by Josh.
Third down and 7 now. Lions looking for a stop. 10-10 game. Tick it down towards the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter. 3 receivers for the Bills. Travis Brown from the shotgun. Brown stops, throws, looking for Roan. Again, it's incomplete. Andre Goodman in coverage. That'll bring up 4th down. Buffalo brings out the punting team.
That was a nice shot, though, because he hit the guy with the little disc thing that makes a noise, that sound thing down there.
Doesn't get you a first down, though.
What's that called, Robin? He hit the parap.
There you go.
That's hard to hit a parap now, I'm telling you.
Robin Tracy, our producer down in the truck, filling us in on the technical terms that we have no clue on.
That's a parap, Dan.
It's broken now, I think.
Yeah,
it's half a parap.
Good shot, man.
It's just a para. Mormon with the punt. Drummond calls for the fair catch, which you asked him to do earlier. He got it right down there at the 13-yard line. And that's where the Lions will take over.
Yeah, that's because he got an education by the special teams coach down there and say, hey, man, keep our field position, give us the best field position possible, make a good decision. Fair catch, anything from the 10-yard line on up. I say the 5-yard line, that's my rule. Of course, when I played, Mel Gray used to catch it and run with it anyway, because he knew he could go the distance anytime he had the ball in his hands.
All right, Lions getting lined up here. First down and 10 on their own 13. Scotty Anderson to the near side, Foster to the far. Joey Harrington still the quarterback, fakes the give to Mungro, throws it out there to Stephen Trejo. No gain on the play. Jimmy Robinson makes the stop right at the line of scrimmage. Let's go down to the field now. Robert Bailey standing by with Luther Ellis.
For this Detroit Lions defense, Luther Ellis. Luther, last year you were hurt. They certainly missed you. What are some of your personal goals this year?
I just want to get back to form, get back out there and help the defense and do whatever we can. Get back to causing a lot of havoc out there. And, I think with Sean and I inside and the guys that we have behind us, I think we're going to do a good job of doing that.
All right, Luther Ellis down there on the field with Robert Bailey. Thanks, guys. 5 yards picked up there by James Mungro on second down. It'll bring up third down and 5. Tavares Tillman making the stop for Buffalo.
It's a good job, I believe, blocking by Curlin Blaze and Stephen Trejo. They ran a G scheme where you have 2 lead blockers. Both of them did a nice job of picking up their blocks. Mungro running hard, finding a hole.
Lions tonight 2 out of 9 on third down. Need something here on 3rd and 5. It's Ricks in motion. Harrington to throw. Gets it out there, complete to Scotty Anderson, who stretches with the football to try to get the first down, and I think he got it. Nice effort. Pickup of 6. Ahmad Brooks had Anderson wrapped up. He looked for the marker and stretched the football out to get it done.
You're all right, Scotty. That's a good catch. And why it's a good throw? Because he has to throw all the way across his body. Scotty, again, showing great field awareness, knowing where the markers are. See his eyes pop up and look over there? Put the ball out there with 2 hands, not one, so it's secure. Get the first down. Good job. Well, he's impressive. He's impressed me this preseason.
3 out of 10 on third down. 1st and 10 here at their own 25. Harrington again to throw. Has Foster at the 30. He's wrapped up quickly and taken down right away by Kevin Thomas. Coming up strong on defense for Buffalo.
That's a win for the Lions, though. Why? Because you have 2nd and 4 right now. That's what you want to take. This is what you hear that expression, take what the defense gives you, the corner's playing off, run a little hitch, you got 6 yards, 7 yards on first down. 2nd and 3, you got them. Run or pass. They don't know what's coming. It limits what they can do defensively.
Avion Cason comes on. James Mungro comes off. 2nd down 4 for the Lions.
Avion went to visit Dr. Feelgood for a shoulder in the locker room there.
He's back on the field right now. He catches the football right there. Running for the first down marker, going to be very, very close at about the 35-yard line. Ahmad Brooks and Fred Jones teaming up on the tackle for Buffalo, and indeed it is a first down for the Lions. They'll move the chains.
It's good to see this Avion going and finding the open spot, sitting down in the zone. Now turn upfield, Avion. That's it. Get that head down. Good job, buddy. Drive your legs. I love it. These guys are fighting for their jobs, and it shows. That's why I enjoy this preseason football, because guys are fighting for their livelihood.
James Mungro back in. He is the deep pack for the Lions. They have something going here after being pinned back in their own territory early in this drive. Nothing going right there, though. James Mungro wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Grant Irons.
Jimmy Robinson, the middle linebacker, stepped up and read that play from the get-go. James Mungro didn't have not a chance. Now, the reason why is because our lineman didn't come off the double team quick enough to pick up the middle linebacker. He filled the hole too quick. You'll see the middle linebacker, Jimmy Robinson, come in here real quick there. Nobody untouched. Now he leaves his feet. That's a poor job of tackling. But he left his feet, but it's a good fill.
So no gain on first down. 2nd down 10 now for the Lions. Harrington to throw, does, looking for Drummond, hit him in the hands, and he dropped it.
Well, you know what? If I'm Marty Morningwig, I'm going to go to Lester Hayes' locker from the old Oakland Raiders.
Stick him.
Grab the jar, stick them, and force feed everybody and put it on all their hands. It's illegal, but I put it on their hands anyway, because we're not catching the ball. I'll make the point all night if I have to, because it needs to be made. If you want to win, make a play when you have the opportunity to make it.
Well, if you want to make a pro football team, you need to make a play when you have a chance as well. Eddie Drummond's done a good job of the preseason, but those are catches he needs to make, and I'm sure he knows that. 3rd down 10 now for Joey Harrington and the Lions. Throws it out there, complete to Kevin McKenzie. Nice play to get away from the initial tackler, and McKenzie gets the first down across the 45-yard line, gain of 11.
It's a good read by Joey Harrington, too. Why he can deliver the ball to the shorter receiver, meaning the shorter route, is because there's nobody around him, knowing that he has a chance to make a first down with his feet if he can make one guy miss, which he does, knowing where his sticks are, hustling, getting upfield, getting the first down.
Nice job by McKenzie to make Chris Watson missed. See right there, number 21 would have had him wrapped up, and it would not have been a first down.
You know, maybe I've been out of the league too long, but is tackling getting worse?
I think it's been getting worse for a while. James Mungro on first down. Flag comes in from the secondary. Gain of 4. Coy Wire, rookie out of Stanford, makes the stop for Buffalo.
And they got to be careful throwing those flags into those piles, and maybe Jerry Seaman can call me on this again, because that's how people get hurt. And you remember Orlando Brown with the Cleveland Browns, his career ended accidentally when a flag hit him in the eye. There's got to be, I know they put some soft things in there. Like I said, we'll probably get a call from Jerry to tell me what they put in those flags, but kind of try to throw it away from people. You don't need to, I know you got to throw it to the spot.
Illegal crackback block, offense number 49. 15-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
It's a rookie, not understanding that you got to block above the waist on a crackback. Let's see if we can see it here. Right there. I'm sorry I couldn't run it back for you, but he went low. You got to stay high. Here you're going to see it come here. See him? This guy right here? Yeah, see, you're 6'5", 260 pounds. Okay, you don't need to cut the guy. Hit him right in the face, man.
Matt Murphy, rookie out of Maryland, and a 7th round draft pick for the Lions. See there the penalties so far tonight. 16 between the two teams, 9 for 79 yards for the Lions. And back to Matt Murphy for just a moment. Trying to make this football team. Michael Ricks certainly will. John Owens has done a nice job as well. Matt Murphy trying to make an impression tonight. First down 25 now for the Lions after the personal foul. That time Scotty Anderson hangs on. Gain of 7, maybe 8. Bring up 2nd down 17.
Again, set up by the play action, 3-step drop. A good job by Scotty going up and getting the football, knowing he's going to take the shot. He's saying, Joey, buddy, help me out a little bit. Put that a little lower. Don't expose me.
You know, we talked about the fact that Scotty Anderson's going to get a lot more time with Jermaine Crowell being on the physically unable to perform list. What we also see at this point is that there's another opening for a wide receiver, certainly at the beginning of the season. Some of these young guys have had a chance to step up. Harrington on the delay, inside handoff, gives it to Mungro, turns the corner, tries to at the 40, stretches out to the 45. Here we go. Mwajanvita Kadizi. How did I do?
54 made a nice play.
Mwajanvita Kazadi. Mwajanvita Kazadi.
And James didn't see the hole like as quick as I would like him to see it right here. And again, not a great speed. He's more of a power slasher type guy. And number 54, I'm not even going to try it.
Muadianvita Kazadi.
Kazadi. That's how they say his last name. Kazadi made a good play.
11th play of the drive. 3rd down and 10. Joey Harrington trying to keep it going. Throws it out there. Got Ricks inside the 35. Football came loose, but they're going to say he was down right there. 28 yards on the play. Joey Harrington to Michael Ricks, and another first down for the Lions, and the second big play of the night for Michael Ricks.
Okay, Michael Ricks, former wide receiver, converted tight end, gives you this. He can beat linebackers down the field and get in between safety. He beats Polk, the linebacker right there, and secures the catch. That's a great job, and a superb throw. A superb throw to drop it over to the linebacker in between the safety. That's what Joey Harrington brings, his accuracy.
Big gain for the Lions right there on the 11th play of this drive. We move on to number 12. Harrington gives to Mungro. Mungro with a hold over the right side inside the 25 down to the 24. Coy Wire makes the stop after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Michael Ricks does a good job of cutting off the backside pursuit. That was a design cutback play. This is what you like to see. See that right here? He's going to cut his man right there. See, he gets in the way enough for James Monroe to hit that hole. That's a good job, Michael Ricks. Not the most physical block, but an effective block.
And if there's a question about Michael Ricks, it's not about his ability to catch the football. As a former wide receiver, he could do that. It's about his ability to block the position. 2nd down, Joey Harrington back with time, throws out there, gets it complete to Stephen Trejo. Trejo at the 15, still going at the 10, down to the 9. Another first down for the Lions. Deshaun Polk makes the stop, but not until Detroit picks up 14.
Yeah, in order to make things happen downfield, Dan, your receivers have to block downfield. Again, Joey's not panicking under pressure. His eyes are staying downfield, which is important. Right here, Larry Foster. Attaboy, Larry. Good job of getting in the way. You didn't create a penalty, but you got in the way, because if you would have tried to hit him, you would have got it called for clipping or hitting in the back. You just kind of booty bumped him there. If you booty bumped him out of the way, that's not a penalty.
Avion Cason into the game for the Lions on 1st down at the 10-yard line. Harrington back to pass, sets up the screen, gets it out there to Cason at the 5, touchdown Detroit. 11 yards on the play. Avion Cason on the receiving end of that one.
It's a blown coverage by the Buffalo Bill defense and great recognition by Joey Harrington. The coverage is right there. Number 54, Kahdihi, came in on a blitz and he saw Cason sneak out and says, oh my gosh, I better get my man. By the time he realized he had to get his man was in the end zone. Good job by Joey Harrington recognizing that 54 for the Buffalo Bills screwed the coverage up.
Jason Hanson on to attempt the extra point. Trying to stake the Lions out to a 7-point lead, and he does just that. The Lions with a very impressive drive right there. 11 plays, 87 yards, 8 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. Detroit leads 17-10. Back in Detroit, the Lions take the lead 17-10 on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Joey Harrington to Avion Cason. Very impressive drive there for Detroit. Joey Harrington, by the way, on that drive, 9 out of 10 for 86 yards.
Again, both quarterbacks possess mental toughness. Joey started out slow, but he's come out the second half. Marty's given him the opportunity to succeed by letting him throw the ball, and he delivers in the clutch. 2 big passes right there, but they're passes by recognition, recognizing Rick's beating a linebacker down the field on a vert, and and recognizing Kason beating the blown coverage.
Jason Hanson puts his foot into it. Charlie Rogers will take it for Buffalo at the 6. Back to the 20, finds an opening out to the 25, to the 29. That's when Buffalo will take over. Chris Cash with the special teams tackle for Detroit. We're going to take a break and come right back. Buffalo's got the football, but the Lions lead by 7. Back in Detroit, it is the Lions leading the Bills 17-10. Beautiful view of Ford Field from above right there. Chris, you've had a chance to spend a lot of time with Marty Mornhinweg during the preseason. Your thoughts on the Lions' second-year head coach?
You know what? I like him. I like him a lot. And when you meet him and you talk to him, the one thing you want to see in a head coach is confidence, and that's what he brings. He's very confident in himself and his abilities. Not cocky, but confident.
Definitely believes in what he's trying to do here in Detroit. Pass out to Philip Crosby on first down. Tackled by Andre Goodman. Pickup of about 6, and will bring up second down and 4.
He's confident in what he knows. And Dan, I've been around a lot of coaches. I love his offense, and I love how he exposes offenses. He and I were talking offense and defense in a meeting last night. I could have talked all night with him.
Well, he showed what he could do with talent in San Francisco. The #1 rushing offense in the league 2 consecutive years. And they put a lot of points on the board there, trying to get it going here in Detroit. Second down, pass complete out there to Josh Reed, who's in the open field down inside the 40, down inside the 35. Bracy Walker and Abdul Howard make the stop, but not before Buffalo picks up 40 yards.
It's a fade stop again to Josh Reed. This time the quarterback delivers the ball where it should be delivered, on the outside shoulder, not the inside shoulder. Chris Cash, really not bad coverage. It's a tough play to defend. It's a perfectly thrown ball and a well-run route by Josh Reed, knowing that ball's coming back right there to the outside. Now Chris got to make the tackle. You got to make the tackle.
LSU had a terrific season last year under Nick Saban. And Josh Reed was a big part of that. An outstanding year as a wide receiver for LSU. This time it's Morris who gets the call over the left side. Inside the 35, down to the 33. Ken Philpott coming across the field to make the stop. And that will be the end of the third quarter. We're headed for the fourth, 17-10. Detroit leads here at Ford Field. Set to go in the fourth quarter here in downtown Detroit. We're at Ford Field, game number 2 of the preseason at home for the Lions. Game number 4 overall, trying to close out their first victory here against the Buffalo Bills, leading 17-10 as we head into the last 15 minutes.
Could be the last 15 minutes of some of these guys' career.
No doubt about it. Still a chance for some of these guys to catch the coach's eye one way or the other, positive or negative. Second down 7 now for the Bills. Travis Brown throws it out there looking for Sheldon Jackson. Incomplete. Jackson racked up from behind by Andre Goodman.
See right here, this is a stiff arm thrown by Sammy Morse. And that's flat nasty, man. That's like a straight right hand. Jeff Gooch took it. That's all right, Jeff. It's a humbling game. But that stiff arm is an underutilized weapon that running backs don't use enough. Sammy Morse right there threw a straight right hand. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Bills facing a 3rd down and 7 right now. They are 1 out of 10 on 3rd down so far tonight. Travis Brown from the shotgun. Back, setting up the screen, looking for Morris. Morris bobbles the football, can't hold on, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
It's a nice job by Jonathan Taylor. Again, getting pressure and recognizing the screen. And if he didn't deflect the ball, at least he got a hand in the face or forced a bad throw by Brown. Good job. You want to make this team. I see you. I know you want to make it. You're playing like it.
Mike Hollis comes out to attempt a very long field goal for Buffalo. This will be from 51 yards out of the hold of putter Brian Moorman.
And normally the snap's taken at 7 yards. He's taking this at 8 yards. Why? Because he's got to drive the ball because it's over 50. Hands up if you're a Lion. Hands up quick.
Spot down. Hollis puts his foot into it. Does he have the distance? Yes, he does. Not by much, but he got it through. Mike Hollis with the 51-yard field goal, and it's now 17-13. The Lions still leading here in the fourth quarter. Dan Miller and Chris Spielman back in Detroit. Lions leading by a score of 17-13. 14:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. And after the 51-yard field goal by Mike Hollis, he's set to kick it back to Eddie Drummond, who is deep.
Eddie wants an opportunity. That's all he can ask for.
He's going to get one right here. Hollis sends it on its way. Drummond settles at the 7. Drummond back to the 15, to the 20, turns the corner at the 30, cuts back. Drummond to the 40, stretches for the 45. Nice return out there, 37 yards before Andre Roan finally takes him down.
See, to me, Eddie Drummond's a football player. He hits it up there. I'm going to give you a reference to Mel Gray again, but he hits it up like Mel Gray.
Well, just like that, the Lions have themselves good field positions, leading by 4 here at Ford Field. Once again, a view from the Goodyear blimp, Ford Field. Some of the fans beginning to file out here with the Lions leading by 4.
Let's go. Turn around and go this way. Okay, the game's not over. If you're going to be a fan for 4 quarters. We ask our guys to play for 4 quarters. Have some effort, fans.
The Lions trying to close this one out and come up with their first victory of the preseason. First down and 10 for Joey Harrington in the offense. Throws, gets it to Kevin McKenzie across midfield, inside the 45, down to the 43. Tackled by Kevin Thomas, but the Lions pick up 13 and a first down.
Joey's a good football player, man. I'm telling you, this kid is a good football player. He's got command. He understands the offense. He knows where to go with the ball. McKenzie on a bootleg, finds the open spot. Joey gets to the open spot where he has a throwing lane and delivers.
So the Lions move into Bills territory right here. James Mungro, the deep back behind Harrington. It's McKenzie in motion. Foster on the far side of the field. Harrington steps up, throws. Looking out there for Foster, incomplete. Bounced it to him. It'll bring up second down.
The only thing is now Joey's had a little bit of quick feet. That's why that ball was underthrown, because his feet were not set. He couldn't step and deliver the football. Step to your target. He didn't have the ability to step to his target, thus causing an underthrow.
Second down 10 now. Under the 14-minute mark here at Ford Field. Harrington will go from the shotgun.
And this is where he hit Ricks on a big play on the 4 verts.
Ricks in the slot. It's going to be Mungro on the delay. Inside handoff. Not much room there. Gets down to the 33, maybe a yard. Make that the 43. Bryce Fisher with the stop for Buffalo. It'll bring up third down and 9.
You know, one thing Marty's trying to do is show the whole preseason. He's just shown a ton of formations. And the reason for that, not only to take a look at your personnel and your different formations, but remember, Miami is down there looking at the Detroit Lions. What tendencies can we get from him? Well, we can't get any because he's shown us about 45 different formations.
Third down and 9 here. Interesting formation there for the Lions. Harrington throws, gets it out to Drummond. Drummond trying to fight for yardage inside the 35. Very, very close to where he needs to be for the first down. Stopped by Dominique Stevenson and Kevin Thomas.
Again, toughness.
They needed to get down close to the 33, and that's where he ended up. Very close to that.
You see Joey again. He went to the left side of the field. It wasn't there. Look at Eddie Drummond fighting for yards, sticking his head in there, trying to run people over. Soaking wet at about $1.58.
The near side of the field, the officials are going to measure this one. You can see down there as they stretch the chain. It's going to be fourth down at about an inch.
Oh, yeah.
Leading by 4, Marty Morningwig, it looks like he's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's got to see, he's got his eyes on this thing right here. That's where all his plays are.
Sends
he's going to the fourth down part. What do I call?
Sends his big fullback Chris Ryan into the game. James Mungro into the game.
I think that yellow part was the fourth down part on that part.
Does that mean caution?
Yeah. No, it means go. Go. My fourth down.
To be green?
Guarantees. You got to sneak it. If you have any gap or any bubble within that defensive line, you sneak it. Just like we saw last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, they just wound the play clock, so the Lions have plenty of time here to get this one off. And it will be Mungro and Ryan behind Harrington.
Right
Still 2 receivers in the game.
No.
Harrington's going to keep it himself and roll around the right side. He's got the first down. So a nice job by the Lions. The play fake, Harrington keeps it, picks up 6, and the Lions move the chains. Dominique Stevenson finally chased Harrington out of bounds.
And that's why he's got the chart, and I'm up here in the booth. But Joey does a good job of setting it up, not panicking, not in a hurry, carrying the fake out, and getting to the sidelines and getting out of bounds. Go ahead and take a slide there, Joey, if you get the first down, kid. You got 36 million in you. Take the slide.
It's one of the last things it seems young quarterbacks learn is how to perfect that slide.
But when they learn, they learn real quick.
Well, it usually comes after a couple of bumps and bruises, and with the play clock down to 8 seconds this time, Joey Harrington's going to have to take a timeout, come over to the sidelines, talk with Marty Morningwood.
Look at him, Marty's giving the fisheye.
All right, we're going to take a break and come right back. Lions leading 17-13. They've got it 1st and 10 on the Bills' 28. We'll be right back. Everybody, these aerial pictures courtesy of the Spirit of Goodyear, based just down the road in Akron, Ohio. Goodyear built its first blimp in 1925. They will christen their newest blimp the Spirit of America on September 5th. On September 8th, they expect to see 4 Goodyear blimps flying in formation over Detroit. First down 10 now for the Lions. Harrington on first down. Pump fake, now gets rid of it, throws it out there. Nice running by Chris Ryan to keep his feet inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Pick up a 5 on first down. It'll make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, another rookie fighting for his job. This is a good job by Chris Ryan, selling the screen and breaking a tackle, not going down with contact or arm tackles, but getting downfield and trying to stretch that ball out there, getting everything he can get, making the most of his opportunity.
Chris Ryan, 6'2", 235, a rookie out of Penn, getting a chance here in the 4th quarter to show something.
Ivy leaguer.
2nd down and 5 now for Harrington and the Lions, already leading 17-13 and in good position here. Ryan takes the handoff this time, straight ahead, inside the 20 to the 19. He'll be just short of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and short, pick up a 4.
So you know he runs with power when I see helmets flying. I see 51's helmet. He's got to put his helmet back on because his helmet came off because Chris Ryan knocked it off.
Deshaun Polk losing his helmet there.
See right here, look at it. He said, I'm a straight ahead guy, Chris. I'm not going to do any much ducking and weaving. Right there, good power, knocks the guy's back. Helmet came flying out of there somewhere. That might be it lying there.
3rd down now short. Mungro, the deep back behind Ryan. Harrington, play action fake, looking deep, throwing out there, wanted his tight end, Matt Murphy, overthrew him, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Lions will send the field goal unit out.
It's all right, I like taking a shot down the end zone. I like the call. Give Matt Murphy a chance to shine. That was a Matt Murphy play. I don't know if Marty would call that in the regular season game, but that was a play to give Matt Murphy an opportunity to make something happen for himself.
Matt Murphy, rookie out of Maryland, 7th round pick, getting a shot right there. So on comes Jason Hanson. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt. John Jett to hold. Spot down. Hanson sends it on its way, and he splits the uprights. So with that, the Lions stretch their lead back to 7, 20-13 with 10:55 to play. Back in Detroit inside Ford Field, you take a look at the Lions bench there. Chris, as we get set for the kickoff, let me ask you, I know it's a preseason game, but they're winning by 7. They haven't won a preseason game yet. How important is it just to close this out and get a victory?
I think it's huge. Why it gives them momentum in the next week. That's not me talking, that's Marty Morningwood talking. And to get a win here at Ford Field, to know what it's like to win in your new home.
Jason Hanson kicks off. Charlie Rogers going to take it at his 9. Rogers back to the 20, 25, spins at the 30. He'll go down there, and that's where Buffalo will take over. Tackle on special teams by Krantz Clemens. 28-yard return for the Bills.
It's too much. Again, our special teams need to be cleaned up. And a lot of times you're going to have special teams mistakes on your last preseason game because you're trying to give many guys an opportunity to make this football team as possible.
10:48 to go. The Lions will try to hang on to this lead. Quarterback for the Bills, still Travis Brown. We expect to see him the rest of the way. We've already seen Drew Bledsoe and Alex Van Pelt. Sammy Morris is the back. It's Brady McCoy In motion. It's Morris taking the pitch. Across the 35 to the 40. Taken down there by Jeff Gooch.
Well, we talked about linebackers, two in particular rookies. Philpott's one trying to make this football team. Does a good job of shedding a blocker. Josh Thornhill, both of them are in the mix. Both of them are hustling, flying around, trying to make plays. Here's take a look at Josh from his middle linebacker spot. Getting a good read on the play. You got to clear your feet, though. Be aware where the ball is. No, see, the ball was up there. You fell back. Fall forward with the guy. Jump on the pile.
All right, 2nd down, 8 now after a gain of 2 on 1st down. Josh Reed has it across the 45 near the 1st down marker. Chris Cash stops him there, but indeed it looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Bills. Gain of 7 on the play.
Philpott hustling out in his zone coverage and getting a good solid hit. Why was it a good solid hit? Because Josh Reed did a 180 where his head turned around and faced the opposite end. That was a good hit by Philpott, hustling on his pass coverage.
9:40 to go here in the game. Buffalo trailing by 7. 1st down and 10 now at their own 48. Travis Brown to throw, straight drop, throws it out, gets it to Andre Roan. Roan in Lions territory down to the 39. Pickup of 15 on the play. Again, Chris Cash with the stop. Mark Campbell in there as well.
Got a roughing the passer on top of it.
Flag down, and if indeed that is a personal foul, this will turn into a very big game for the Buffalo Bills. John Taylor down on the field right now for Detroit, being attended to by the Lions staff.
Roughing the passer, defense, number 52. 15-yard penalty will be added to the play. Automatic 1st down.
Well, it's called on Ken Philpott. If you're trying to get the coach's attention, this is not the way to do it.
Let's see how bad it is. Yeah, he's got to pull off that. That's a rookie mistake. They're going to call that in the NFL. Look, and the referees got to get their timing down to practice that call, because let's be honest, people pay money to see points scored. Who puts points on the board are quarterbacks. They have to protect the quarterbacks in the league. It pains me to say that, but it's true, being an observer for the past 3 years.
Lions trainer Al Bellamy on the left side of your screen there.
Joe Recknagel also taped my ankles for about 8 years here in Detroit. Did a good job.
Checking our Ford game summary now, with the Lions leading by a score of 20-13. Joey Harrington so far 21 out of 35 for 187 yards, a touchdown and an interception. 3rd down conversions, not good for Buffalo. 1 out of 11. The Lions 5 out of 14. Lions defense, they've only given up 40 yards on the ground tonight.
Yeah, defensively speaking, I love this and I love this. If you can do that going into the 4th quarter of most football games, you got a pretty good shot of winning if you don't give up touchdowns on special teams like we did early in the ball game with Charlie Rogers.
Jonathan Taylor coming off the field, being helped off. We'll get you a report on his status just as soon as we can.
He played well tonight, too.
He did. There you see the penalties so far. 17 of them in this game. Lions reached double digits. 10 for 93.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's bad football.
But 1st down and 10 now for the Bills.
Be expected in 4th preseason game. A lot of young players.
On the Lions 23. Travis Brown again to pass. With time, throws. Got it out there, complete to his tight end, Sheldon Jackson. Jackson inside the 20. Down to the 18. Pickup of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
It's not bad by Josh Thornhill right there. That's a 5-yard route. You have to get some depth. He does a good job of getting his depth and breaking on the ball. It's a little bit quicker, Josh. That's a good job breaking on the ball, making a play. That's going to happen. Don't worry about those. Better job of breaking on the football, though.
Andre Roan to the near side. 2 receivers in the game for Buffalo. Morris is the deep back. He's going to get the call. Morris sheds a couple of tackles down near the 10-yard line. Stopped at the 12, pick up a 6, and another 1st down for the Bills.
Yeah, Jared DeVries, again, I see him shaking his arm. To me, that's a stinger. That's what he suffered last week. You can get right there, he's shaking his arm. See, that means his hand went numb, so he's shaking it out, trying to get that feeling back. Get him out of there. Guy's a good football player. You don't want him to get hurt. He's got a stinger. Get him out. See his arm kind of dragging?
James Hall checks in.
Shake it out, Jared. You're all right, kid.
DeVries will come off. Hall in at left end.
Usually when a nerve pinches.
7:50 to play. 1st and 10 from the 12 now for the Bills.
It's a stinger.
Again, it's Morris. Morris Stutter steps, dives into the line, maybe 2. They'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Josh Thornhill coming up to stuff the play for the Lions.
This is a good job by Josh Thornhill. Now, he's gotten better every preseason game, what I like, but I wanted him to not stop. See him stop and get knocked back. See, he's a good football player. He's an instinctive player. When you make the hit, Josh, run through the guy. Don't absorb the blow, deliver the blow. And you will. Once you quit thinking, which you will, once you learn the defense, you'll let it go even more than you already have.
Make it 2nd down and 8 now for the Bills. Lions leading by 7, trying to hang on to that lead. Neither one of these teams has won a preseason game yet. Brown with time throws. Got Jackson. Jackson inside the 5, down to the 1. Gain of 9 on the play. Josh Thornhill makes the stop for Detroit, but it's going to be 1st and goal Buffalo.
Take a look at him again. Why we focus on him? Because he's fighting for a job. Good recognition. Now he jumped out a little bit. He's got to stay in his coverage. He's hustling though, and brings him down. Good job of hustling. But you got to stay with your coverage.
Jared DeVries is checked back into the game for Detroit.
Buffalo.
Timeout down on the field for the Bills.
This is their first charge team timeout.
And they're going to talk about it with a 1st and goal, trailing by 7. It's 20-13 Detroit. Be right back after this. A view of the Penobscot building from the Goodyear Blimp in downtown Detroit. We are inside Ford Field, the 2nd game ever inside this beautiful new structure. Lions trying to hang on to a lead and come up with their first win of the preseason. 3 tight ends in the game for Buffalo. Philip Crosby the up back, Morris the deep back. Travis Brown on 1st and goal, fakes the give to Morris, wants to throw. Not much there, throws it away. It's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal. So the Lions were not fooled by the play-action fake, and Brown had nowhere to go with the football.
It's good discipline by the Lions. Ken Philpott here recognizing it's not the play. See, wait, no, it's not a run. Let me stay on this guy. Go ahead, keep running. That's it. Find a spot. That's it. Get up there. Travis Brown almost underthrew that. If you're going to throw it away, put it about 25 rows up, not 1 row up.
Well, again, 3 tight ends for the Bills.
And here comes the run now, automatic.
You would think they'd go for it here, try some power football. The give is to Morris. Morris tries to go up. Ball's loose down on the ground. Who's got it? The Lions have it. A big turnover down on the goal line, and Detroit's got it, and they will protect that 7-point lead right there. Bracy Walker comes up with a recovery.
See, gets a hit right there. Josh Thornhill does a good job. There's Philpott. Sammy Morris trying to stretch that ball. I'll tell you what, he's going to get something in the film room. Why? Because on the goal line, you need to protect the football. You see Josh Thornhill filling it up. Philpott over the top, getting a good hit. Corey Harris coming in there, filling. Bracy Walker picking it up. That's it, Bracy. Make something happen. It's a big play, a huge play. That's what we needed to get us momentum for next week. You got Ty Detmer in the ball game now. Let's play, Ty.
So Ken Philpott forces the fumble. Bracy Walker recovers it, and the Capuchin Soup Kitchen picks up 10 pizzas from Buddies.
I knew we'd get 10 somewhere tonight.
There you go. Way to go, defense.
Go ahead and deliver one to Dearborn High at about midnight tonight. I'll be waiting for it.
Working for a good cause right there. 6:16 to go in the game now. Ty Detmer is checked in at quarterback. Throws out there. Completes it to LeBron Mitchell. Mitchell across the 20 to the 22. 18 yards and breathing room for Detroit.
Not surprising. Ty comes out rifling it. And he throws the fade stop. And look where that ball's placed. On that outside shoulder when the defensive back is turned. That's a well-executed route. A good throw. And a nice catch. Secured by Mitchell.
Mitchell, a rookie out of Georgia. Fighting for time at that wide receiver position, and there are a lot of other young players doing a very good job out there. One of them in motion right there is Eddie Drummond. The give is to Mungo, trying to find some room. Can't. Cuts it back outside, taken down. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Bryce Fisher with the stop for Buffalo.
Just taking a look at the play clock and knowing you have a veteran out in that field. That time Ty had the ball snapped with 3 seconds to go on the play clock. There's no hurry. We start using as much clock as we can, pretty soon forcing Buffalo to start utilizing their timeouts.
Moving down towards the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Marty Morningwig said he wanted to get Ty Detmer some work tonight, doing just that here. Detmer trying to keep that clock moving. James Mungro, his flags go down. He's taken out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. No gain on the play, but we'll sort this out.
Got a holding.
And that will go against the Lions.
Number 70, Lovelady, protecting his back. His running back, that is. Maybe a possible pick because the Buffalo Bills had a beat on that screenplay. They took the hold.
So we'll wait for Tony Corrente to tell us just how this one will play out.
What's up, man?
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty will repeat, second down.
I got to say hello when people say hello.
The one thing about this broadcast booth is our position is basically right in the stands. I mean, people have been coming to Chris for autographs all night saying, hello, Chris, how you doing?
That's
and
great.
You're not going to ignore him. You just give him a what's up, even if you're on the air.
You know what? 8 years, man. I owe these people. Hey, there we are.
There we are. There we are. Can you show the stands right down there? Show how close the people are? There they are. Well,
it's pretty close.
There were people there earlier.
It's awesome. It's a great place. A lot of great people.
It is. I mean, this is a terrific stadium, and these fans are going to love it. Absolutely love it. James Mungro on second down at 21 gets the call over the left side. No gain on the play. Tyrone Robertson making the stop for Buffalo.
Now what you want to do here, you don't want to try to get 21 yards. In my opinion, you want to go and get 10, get some field position, hopefully get a good punt off. If you have one deep, take one deep, but not be smart, dump the ball off, give some chance to create some field position for your defense.
Well, last year's game against Cleveland aside, one of the reasons Ty Detmer is here is because they like the way he thinks on the football field and the way he thinks off the football field as well.
You know, I spent a training camp with Ty. He's a leader. He's a nice calming presence for your young quarterbacks, and he does provide good backup quarterback
Lions are going to keep it on the ground. James Mungro across the 15 to the 16. It's a gain of 5, but it's still going to be 4th and long, and the Lions are going to have to give it back.
Yeah, but you don't have to punt the ball. You're going to take 32 more seconds off the clock before you punt the football. Now we got to play defense.
3:43 to go in the game. Back deep, Andre Roan, the former Lion. John Jett gets a good foot into it, turns over for him. Roan will take it at about his 35. Back across the 40 to the 45. Look out, Roan across midfield. Taken down at the Lions' 47-yard line. A 48-yard punt, but a 17-yard return gives Buffalo good field position with 3:27 to play and trailing by 7. John Owens makes the tackle on special teams for Detroit.
Okay, we'll take a look at Health Quest key adjustments. Brought to you by Health Quest. See right here, it's a big play. Everybody doing their job. Thornhill filling the hole. Philpott topping it off. Corey Harris getting his head in there. And Bracey Walker with a big recovery. Johnny on the spot. Nice job. Good team defense. Health Quest.
First down and 10 for Travis Brown and the Bills. Ball is knocked loose. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Jared DeVries bringing the heat for the Lions.
This might be a good shot to take a look at that new rule of the forward pass, the old New England-Oakland rule. I don't know if his arm did come forward. Is there any red? Well, you can't. I think, is that challenged? Can you challenge that? Jerry Seaman calls the
He's upstairs. He can call. Unless he left. 3:24 to go here. Second down 10 now for the Bills. Brown to throw again. Gets it out there looking for Andre Roan. It's incomplete. Andre Goodman in coverage. A flag comes in. I tell you what, I don't know if that was catchable even if there was no contact at all.
I think Andre had a good break on the football. And if you're going to commit all the way. He tried to avoid contact.
Defense, number 35. Automatic first down.
What's left of the crowd here at Ford Field does not like that call. All right, we asked you earlier our AOL Lions Online question. We asked you which player you thought would be the most valuable to the Lions defense in 2002. You went to www.detroitlions.com and voted. Robert Forshea was your leader at 35%, Sean Rogers 21%, then Luther Chris Claiborne, Brian Walker.
I'm going to throw John Jett in there too, believe it or not.
John Jett defensively is the punter.
That's right, because I think he creates field position for your defense. He's a weapon for your defense.
He did a nice job a moment ago with a 48-yard punt. Pickup of 5 for the Bills there on first down. It'll bring up second down and 5.
Well, the question read, who was going to not be the most valuable player, but which player will be most valuable for the defense, correct? Did you get me?
You an English major at Ohio State?
No, obviously not. Grammatically speaking, I need some
Jim?
work. Yeah, the football, Dad.
Second down and 5 now for the Bills. 2:40 to go as they snap the football. Pass is complete to Sheldon Jackson. Jackson taken down right at the 30 by Abdul Howard.
Tackle
short of a first down. Gain of 3. It'll bring up third down and 2.
Another safety trying to make this team. There's a chance that Marty might keep 5 safeties, and if he does keep 5.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we will give you our National City Player of the Game. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned to find out if the Lions can hang on for a victory here as well. Moving towards the 2-minute mark. Big down here, third down and 2. Obviously 4-down territory for the Bills. Morris gets the call on the pitch out, dives forward, very close to the first down marker. They needed to get to the 28. We have now arrived at the 2-minute warning with 1:55 to go in the game. And it looks like they're going to measure. So we'll wait just a second and see whether or not they're able to come up with the first down. And they'll bring the chains out.
I tell you, I like the effort of the run defense. Guys are flying around on the football. That's why one reason why they're only 40 yards rushing, given up by the Lions defense to the Bills.
If there's going to be a strength on this football team, though, Chris, it's going to be that front 7, led by that front 4.
Oh, absolutely. The front 4 to me is as good as any in the league. Not only in their run defense, but their ability to put pressure on the quarterback.
Well, you saw the stretch of the chains right there. Short of a first down, it'll bring up 4th down. The Bills will go for that when we come back. It's the Lions leading 20-13.
Detroit Lions football has been brought to you by your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Think Ford first. By America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1. By Comerica Bank, we listen, we understand, we make it work. By Pepsi, the joy of Pepsi. By Ford Motor Company, Ford, no boundaries. And by National City Bank and its 30,000 employees who care about doing what's right for you.
Back at Ford Field, the Lions leading Buffalo by a score of 20-13. It is 4th down and inches for the Bills.
I like the call. Kurt Schottenheimer has 9 guys up close to the line of scrimmage. Blitz all out. See what happens.
Deep back is Morris for Buffalo. See whether or not he gets the call. Play action fake. Buffalo going for all of it. Throwing down the right side. That's going to be picked off by Chris Cash. Cash coming back the other way, hanging out of the football and going down at the 10-yard line. And that should just about do it for the Lions.
That's a great job by Chris Cash. Getting 10 pizzas.
That's right, 10 pizzas from Buddy's to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. And once again, Buddy's Pizza will donate each time that the Lions come up with a turnover during the regular season. 10 pizzas, as I said, the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Take another look.
Run the blitz. They do a good job. Abdul Howard picks up the guy in the flat. Chris Cash not giving up position. Playing man-to-man, knowing where his help's coming from. Looks and leans, catches the underthrown pass. Guy just made the team with that play right there. And he's played well all preseason. They've probably been the most consistent corner this preseason for the Lions.
Bills have 2 timeouts remaining here. Lions will try to keep the clock moving with 1:45 to go. Ty Detmer still the quarterback, gives to James Mungro, flags down. Mungro fights his way across the 10. Buffalo's going to use their timeouts. We'll have to wait and see what the call is. Grant Irons making the tackle. Wow, we had a lot of penalties tonight.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 20s.
Offside, defense, number 50, lined up the neutral zone.
Let's go to the tote board.
Repeat, first down.
Let's go to the tote board, Chris, and find out exactly what we have. So far tonight, drum roll, please.
20
penalties.
For 166 yards.
My goodness.
That's dog nasty.
I tell you what, Marty Morningway will be happy if he can get away from here with a win.
Yeah.
And happy that he got to see some guys that he had some questions about play one more time. But there's been some sloppy football out there for both teams, not just the Lions.
There's good nasty and bad nasty. We're talking about bad nasty with 20 penalties. We're not talking about good nasty with a Pedro Martinez curveball.
Detmer again there with a give to Mungro, and the Bills will use a timeout. They'll still have one remaining. Our player of the game from National City is Mike McMahon right there. Did a great job tonight. Got the Lions off to a terrific start. 5 out of 5 for 82 yards, 64 of them to Michael Ricks for a touchdown. That quarterback rating, 158.3.
And what better way to end the preseason for your Lions and Marty, if we're starting quarterback is the player of the game, the final preseason game, heading in the opener with a slight quarterback controversy.
Well, you talk a lot about confidence. Mike McMahon, I would think, like any young player, needed something like this to give him a lot more confidence going into Miami.
I think
and a very good defense that the Dolphins have.
And not only confidence by Mike himself, but I think the city of Detroit or any football fans of the Lions wanted to see that confidence and have confidence in Mike, and Mike wants them to have confidence in him. He couldn't do any better than he did tonight, that's for certain.
Did a terrific job before giving way to Joey Harrington. Lions leading at 20-13, trying to run the clock out here, 1:36 to go. They'll start the clock with the snap of the ball. The give, and the first down to Mungro. Mungro cutting it back, lots of room to run. Mungro goes down at the 47-yard line, and that should do it with only one timeout remaining for Buffalo. Mungro kind of just sliding down there, wanted to make sure he did not go out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's a way to hit it up in there, and you're going to see something here in why Ty Detmer's on this football team. First of all, that's great vision to find that hole. Now, James Unruh will make the cut. And Ty's so slow, you might not even be on the screen, but Ty's hustling his rear end, trying to get down here to get a block. That's a great job. And you know, he might have slid a little early, but that's smart football. You want to keep the ball in bounds. You feel you're going to get tackled, you want to protect the ball. He took a nice slide. Teach that to Joey Harrington, will you?
You sure Ty wasn't waiting for the pitch?
No, I know Ty. He wasn't waiting for that pitch.
I want to take you back to something that happened before the game. Great sight down here on the field. I want you to take a look at this. 54 jerseys all around.
Look at those guys.
Chris Spielman's jersey when he was with the Lions, Chris Spielman's jersey when he was with the Browns, and Chris Spielman's jersey when he was with the Bills.
You know what? Lake Erie, Lake Erie, Lake Erie. I never could get off of Lake Erie. But well, that's great, man. That's cool. You know what? That's almost scary.
I tell you what, I have enjoyed working with you, and I have enjoyed being here in Detroit, in Cleveland, places where I was able to watch the fans react to you. Because of the effort that you put in on the football field, they are still your fans.
And you know what, Dan? It was an honor to represent fans, and that's all I tried to do. It was great. Football was a gift, and I loved playing. I'm grateful to Al Lerner, to Ralph Wilson, and to William Clay Ford. They all gave me the opportunity to live my dream, and I'll be forever appreciative for that.
Well, as the clock winds down, I think I can say this safely, that guys that give the kind of effort that you gave on the football field are the guys that fans love, because they're paying money to come here. They're using their Sunday afternoons to watch, and they want to see guys that go out and play.
I think we have that kind of team this year. We got a good, solid, young football team that are going to surprise a lot of people this year. I believe in Marty Warningwig. I believe in Matt Millen, that they will get the job done. If not this year, soon after.
Ty Detmer takes a knee, and that should just about do it with 30 seconds to go. This telecast is a copyrighted presentation of the Detroit Lions and the NFL, and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the video or audio portions of this program without the express prior written consent of the Lions and the NFL is prohibited. And that's going to do it here at Ford Field. The Lions are going to come up with their first victory of the preseason, 20-13 the final score. The Bills end the preseason at 0-4.
It's a good job by for the Lions to win. It is important. They got to win here at Ford Field. Now they know what it's like to walk off the field a winner. Take that momentum down to Miami.
Well, they will turn their thoughts to Miami now. The Dolphins, they will open the season week 1 down in Miami. And Miami's a team that, quite frankly, has Super Bowl dreams. These are teams coming into this season with very different thoughts. Miami went out and got Ricky Williams during the offseason. They think that they are well armed to possibly represent the AFC.
Well, you know what? My brother's the vice president of football operations down there, and he was responsible for that Ricky Williams trade. He told me, Chris, Wayne Huizenga said, Rick, you're either going to have a great career or a long career here in Miami or a very short career, depending on how Ricky Williams works out. So I think he'll work out.
All right, let's go down to the field right now. Jennifer Hammond standing by with our National City Player of the Game, Mike McMahon.
All right, thanks very much, Dan and Chris. Mike McMahon, our player of the game, but most importantly, you guys have got to be happy that you're heading into the regular season on the right foot.
We've got to win. Offensively, we did a lot of good things tonight. Defensively, did a lot of good things. Main thing was just smoothing everything out, putting some points on the board.
How much has your confidence personally, as well as your confidence in this offense, grown through these 4 preseason games?
It's got a lot from Baltimore. Baltimore was a rough start, but the offensive line really picked it up. And, the receivers did a great job this game. Can't say nothing else more. Just get ready to go with Miami now.
When you look at some of the guys, the way they performed tonight, obviously Scotty Anderson steps up huge time and time again. How exciting is it to have a lot of different guys that you can throw the ball to?
You got Scotty, Larry, Bill was out tonight, Oz Akeem, and you got Michael Ricks, who's just as big as a threat. So, it gets you pretty excited. You got some guys out of that backfield. We're really starting to come together now.
All right, good luck, Mike McMahon. 5 for 6 tonight, 81 yards and a touchdown. We're going to throw it back to a break. We're going to be back after this from Ford Field as the Lions win their first preseason game 20-13 over the Buffalo Bills.
Dan Miller and Chris Spielman back here in Detroit, where the Lions come up with their first win of the preseason tonight, 20-13. The final scores, they beat the Buffalo Bills. We're going to take a look at our final stats coming up in just a moment, but the word that I hear so many football players use, I've heard you use it as an analyst and as a former football player as well, is confidence. How much, we've talked about Mike McMahon, but as a team, how much confidence do they gain from getting a victory here tonight in a preseason game?
Well, I think they gain confidence from the way they perform. Not only this game, but the first team gains confidence because they performed pretty well throughout the whole preseason. Thus, that confidence goes over into the fans and to the coaches and to anybody that is involved and wants his team to do well. But the other thing about confidence, Dan, confidence is not cockiness. Cockiness is to think you're good. Confidence is to know you're good because you trust your training, you trust the program, you trust the coaches, and most importantly, you trust those people around you that you cross the lines with.
All right, let's take a look at some of the final numbers from this game. The important ones, of course, in the scoreboard, Lions winning 20-13. First downs, just about even. Yards rushing, the Lions do a nice job holding Buffalo to just 52 tonight. Passing, the Lions with 287, each team with a turnover. Time of possession just about even. Penalties, 20 between these two teams.
Yeah, normally if this was a regular season game, I'd be concerned about the penalties. But since it's a preseason game, you're having guys fighting for a job. They're trying to do anything they can. They're desperate to make this football team. They're going to clip. They're going to crack back. They're going to grab face masks. They're going to do what they have to do to get on this football team. But one thing that's a little bit of a concern, and I don't know if it should be or not, but the special teams coverage was bad. And I only say that because a lot of times only one guy was making a tackle on special teams, and oftentimes it was the safety. And if he doesn't make the play, there's not just one that would have went back tonight. There's 2 or 3 that could have gone the distance.
All right, let me ask you about some guys that we talked about in the beginning of the broadcast on the bubble. We had Ken Philpott, we had Josh Thornhill, we had James Mungro, we had Matt Murphy. Guys that were still up in the air as to whether or not they were going to make this football team. How did those guys acquit themselves tonight?
I think James Mungro made the football team tonight. He's a strong, powerful runner. He's a tough guy. He's a valuable asset. Philpott and Thornhill, I don't know. Neither of them distinguish themselves.
It's elite built for speed, and that's what they both lack.
But they're getting better. Both of them are getting better. They play with great effort. They're first and second down linebackers. Eddie Drummond made the football team. He made the football team back in Cleveland. I think this guy is an explosive player. He shows a lot. He knows how to return. I know we have Desmond Howard to return kicks, but eventually you're not going to have a Desmond Howard. Eddie Drummond hits it up in there, plus he's a threat to go deep, and he showed me a lot when he needed to get a first down. He put his head down and got the first down. On a pass that he caught for 6, he needed to go 10.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, I've enjoyed it, man.
All right, man.
I really have.
Outstanding. You want to give me a ride tonight?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a ride back to your hotel. You're handled. You're off to ESPN to do some great things during college football. Thanks to everybody that has helped us out with these preseason broadcasts, and thanks most of all to you for allowing us to be a part of your preseason football. As the Lions come up with a victory, and don't forget, you're going to see the Lions take on the Miami Dolphins coming up opening day, September 8th. Game coverage begins at 11 a.m. So get ready for that. The NFL regular season is coming up. Good night, everybody.